Welcome back to another episode of StoppageTime TV, live in the flesh, live in direct in effect. Like,
all good? All good?
Fam, even the equipment's down, fam. But I don't even know what we're doing, bruv. If you can see us, hello, hi. I don't even know, my head's cold, I don't know what to say. Listen, Stoppage Time, Culture Cams, Ferd Kadani, myself, Myra Quadri, we're back, as you know. Yeah, the reason why it's a bit mad, as you know, you've probably been watching, England have been knocked out. And I don't even know where to start, bruv. Like, it's a good day for Africa, it's a bad day for England. Like, it's mad. Flipping.
Shout out the sponsors.
Hold out to sponsors, Manscaped, 20% off. Christmas is coming, 20%. STTV, it's here. Yeah, it's here somewhere. There. Fam. Where do we even start, bro? How have England lost that game?
Shall I start? Maybe get the ball rolling while you like get kind of.
Yeah. How have? In fact, you know what? Before we even get into it, if you're here with us right now, massive respect. I know some of you are probably watching from your phones as you're driving. I know some of you are probably watching from your phones in the pub. Some of you are at home. We respect you and we appreciate all of the fans. If you're here and you're watching right now, take a second to go and share on your social media channels at us and let people know that we are live right now. Honestly, I want to say that from the top because I know you've had a week where people come up to you. You have it. Like, everyone, the love is real. We proper appreciate it. I just want to put that right at the beginning. But let's make sure we keep going. Let's get loads of people in there because we're going to talk some real shit. A lot's happened in football. Holland have gone out. Africa have got semi-finalists. England have gone out. This might be an all-time episode. I can't even lie. I'm angry. I'm angry. But without further ado, like, share, subscribe, notifications on, follow the individuals. 20% off STTV, Manscaped. Let's get into it. England are out of the World Cup in probably their best opportunity to win the World Cup ever. They played the France side, who has the best player in the world, who didn't show up. Mm-hmm. They had 2 penalties. They could have had more. Mm-hmm. They've somehow managed not to win a game where they should have easily won because the opposition for me were there for the taking.
Yep.
And I have a lot of thoughts on why this is. We've done basically 2 previews for this game. We spoke about what we think the approaches should be, what should happen. Mm-hmm. And I'll let you cook. But for me, it's like, when you put everything in isolation, I'm not trying to make this a whole Southgate thing, but what we saw was what we've been talking about. It's define the details when it comes to the upper echelon? Upper echelon of international football. And when it's a big man thing, the difference is once again there to see. And it pains me because one decision, one little thing, and everything is so different. So different. I know people are going to say Harry Kane missed a penalty. Yeah, but the game could have been done without the penalties. Like, the game was there, like, everyone could see it. But I'm going to let you cook whilst I still gather my thoughts. Like you said, it's a bit fresh for me.
Yeah. The way I see it is, coming into this game, France, pre-tournament, they weren't one of the favourites, let's be honest. I think everyone looked at them and kind of thought, possibly a dark horse because they got so many injuries. It's kind of going to be Mbappe or bust for them. And then people were saying, maybe could they go back to running it back to 2018, which is really and truly what they've been kind of running off. Griezmann, Giroud, Mbappe, Dembouz kind of running it back again. But today I felt like France didn't even get out of second or third gear, to be honest. And I felt like all competition, we've been kind of waiting for France, aside from maybe the first game. All right, can they hit all cylinders now? Especially after the Tunisia result, you was thinking knockout stage, cool. Against England today, I thought Mbappe's not even turned up. In my eyes, from what I expected him, with all the furore and noise going into the game was about Mbappe. We need to set a game plan for him. Cool. Today, he was actually, for me, one of the quiet players. Griezmann was all over the place for France. I got to big him up. Giroud obviously had his moments, but France didn't really threaten. Rabiot had a decent game as well, I thought, but Mbappe weren't really there. So for me, I'm thinking England, all right, cool. First half, you've now seen what they're capable of. You're going in, is it 1-0? It was at halftime, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
1-0?
Yeah.
So I'm thinking, bruv, I said, if England are serious and they pull their finger out, they can actually turn it around. Because not only with the players on the pitch, I thought they could do it, but then I think what Cam was saying off screen as well, the subs on bench that they can have to make the impact. England had so much more, I felt, threat. But the way he just delayed those substitutions. I think Rashford, he brought him on 6 minutes left. I think Grealish, he brought him on 30 seconds of the game left. And people will talk. And those are two players here who I think
can change the game.
As much as we all have a laugh and joke or whatever, they can actually make a difference in these types of games where you need to take control, where you need to take control of possession, where you need someone to actually drive with the ball and break the final line. Because Kane was dropping deep and doing his usual shit, as I usually say he shouldn't do for England. Anyway, you get back into the game. Penalties. I'm thinking, you're now in a strong position, 1-1. Take the ascendancy. This is the moment to do it. For some reason, Gareth still doesn't make the subs. And once they finally go 2-1 down, now it's, let's all, rush and try and make the subs. Now, it's too little, too late, in my opinion. And England, as you said, I think threw that away through a lack of cojones, in my opinion. Southgate's kind of tenderness to not want to actually take the game by the scruff of the neck, purely because, let's be honest, France are dangerous. They can hit you at any time. So of course you're scary at that. But when you're going out of the tournament, brother, second half, you must go for that, in my opinion. And England just let that get away from them.
Can I jump in?
The penalty miss, I will say, brother, Harry Kane, you have blood on your hands. And I say, yeah, he is probably going to need therapy after this tournament. He's going to need a lot of mental support. I'm not joking with you. Don't be surprised if he's on the front of mental awareness campaigns, because, brother, what them man went through last tournament, I'm expecting him to go through this tournament. And it's the fact that you scored one, had the opportunity to go and score the second. And I've said, we'll get into the Holland penalties and all that, but once you take that ownership and say, I'm going to take it, you now have to bag it. As we always say, bag your pens. This was a moment. Especially you didn't bag it. And listen, it's one of those things, as a Spurs player as well, as like a guy who doesn't have trophies, as a guy who bottles big moments, as a guy who has so many questions around his big game moments. This is going to be one of those moments you will never live down. It's career defining. That's what they say about these moments. Literally career defining. Now Harry Kane will forever be remembered. Hey, 2022 World Cup. He skied that penalty. Yeah. We will always remember. Forget the goal accolades. They will bring that up first before they bring up the accolades. It's peaked.
Have you got any super chats at the moment? I want to give the fans an opportunity to let their thoughts in, because I think when me and Cam start going, we might be here for a while. Let's see what super chat's saying. There's no super chat chant this week. I'm not in the mood to sing, man.
I'll do it if you want.
Go on.
Leah's got the energy.
Sing, boy, sing.
Super chat. Super chat.
No, we got a lot of super chats today.
Go on, let's go. Let's read out the names as well. Let's give them some. He's first up.
Of course, Fraud2 with the $2 super chat goes, Kane campaign hype.
Wow.
Tim RR goes, people laughed at CR7 earlier. They joined him later on. Felipe goes, that was England's best chance to win the World Cup for a generation. Balanced team, weak international rivals, and they bottled it. Kane's legacy is set. We have Rebecca here. France's backline was begging to be scored on from the first whistle. Good ref, bad ref, you got to take your chances regardless.
Facts.
Kenny goes, it was colonizer versus colonizateur. But Giroud, my guy, will the real number 9 please stand up? Reese goes, changes didn't come in by the 70th minute, you just knew. How you missed the fact France left us with so much space and you need another runner off Kane.
Alright, cool. Let's pause there.
We have one more, I was going to say.
Let's do the last one then. Oh, go on then.
Ash goes, when I say Saka is legit, believe it. 21 years old, our best player against France, the world at his feet. His substitution was horrible. Harry Kane yet to score a big goal.
All right, cool. Let's get into a few things. Before the tournament, obviously, production, you've heard his voice. He's not fond of Deschamps. Deschamps is pragmatic, we know this. But the one thing about France, when you look at their team, and I'm not trying to do nerdy talk, is even if they're pragmatic and they've got a shit defence or whatever, they allow creativity to be a thing. And I remember at the beginning of the tournament, we spoke about if you let the ballers ball for England and you still had a pragmatic shape, how beautiful would that be? Who was the player that ran the show for them today?
Who, France or?
France.
Griezmann, in my opinion.
What was he doing? Just popping up anywhere he wanted to and whatnot.
Free roll almost.
What player for England had the opportunity to do that?
Foden.
And where was Foden?
Left wing. In prison. Azkaban.
When there's space in the middle of the park, who's there to receive the ball? And we did a preview a few weeks ago when we were talking about the midfields can be, you can say they're mid and whatnot. Declan Rice deserves a shout because the job he does for that team is so understated and he did his part.
Yeah.
When it comes to the battle of the midfield, Tchouameni gets their goal for them when he finally goes forward. Our midfield, what happens? Nothing there. Okay, cool. Why is there not someone there that can just, do something? Mason Mount comes on, third man run, we get a penalty. I don't understand why England don't want to have any imagination in the play. That's just a British thing where there can't be anything that's out of the box. It's not allowed.
Yeah.
You put one person in there that can receive on a half turn, that can drift, that people actually go, I don't know where this man is. Instead, you want to let Kane drop deep, and production said it. He's dropping deep. It's not even like he's taking the centre half with him. The centre mid standing next to him. So why are you deep? I don't understand it. And the thing for me is that I thought that England would genuinely learn from previous mistakes and just know that we can take this to them. We don't have to bow to them or anything. Yeah. And it's like that game did not have to go like that.
Yeah, question. Do you think this is more, and this to you both as well, do you think this is more on the players? And of course Kane missed that penalty, yeah? Or do you think this is on the manager? Like, if we have to talk a 50-50 percentage split, because I think Gareth cannot get away with what he's done. Kane's penalty is undisputed.
100%.
A massive part 100%. Of it. But that brother Gareth, I'm sorry. If you are not walking by the end of today, please, we don't want to see any more of, hey, can the man then please be unshackled? Hey, can Trent get some minutes? No. It's so obvious how many times this team has lacked creativity, lacked ideas, and I always feel like he's the guy always just holding this safety chain to just, wait, I'll unleash it at the right. Bruv, you're not that guy. You're not the guy to steer this ship, I'm telling you. So for me, I think there has to be a walking from him, in my opinion. But I don't know, you lot let me know.
Before even talking about walkings and stuff here, what I'll say is, and I always say it, what Southgate's done in terms of galvanising the team, taking this team from England have gone from a place where people say before tournaments England should win tournaments, and they're not even getting through group stages. They're now in positions where for back-to-back tournaments they've got to quarterfinals. It's like England are where they should be, and it's like, oh, they have a chance. My issue has always been is about, again, I'll say it again, when it comes to the best versus the best, the top versus the top, decision versus decision, are you in a place where you can do what you need to do? And we're going to talk about the Morocco game later.
But just quickly,
say this quickly. With Morocco, right? Morocco plays a very specific way.
Yeah.
But it's so drilled down to a T. They know they can execute that and get away with it. We don't know how far that can go in the next game.
Yeah.
But they've done it to Spain. They've done it to Portugal. England's version of that is not that.
Yeah.
And if you look at the players England have available for what they should be doing, you're like,
and the thing is,
why?
I believe, in my eyes, I think England are good, but I also think there has been like this sense of false confidence of the last two tournaments where, let's be honest, bro, they had favourable runs where they should have been getting to where they got to.
Yeah.
That final and that semi-final.
It's crossing that line.
It's crossing that line, I get that. They got over that mental hurdle. But from a quality aspect, they should have got there.
Yeah.
Croatia was the big test they had the last World Cup.
Fumbled.
They folded. Italy was another big test at that same England level, you would say. Fumbled. Look at Italy since then.
Yeah.
You probably would say maybe they weren't even at that level. They were probably fooling everyone at that Euros. Then you look at France now. People are saying, they're dark horses. They're not really all that. They're kind of, England are saying, we can get them. You know what? Walker's going to lock up Mbappe. Cool.
Fumble.
And then you fumble. So it's like, cool. The players, for me, have to take blame. But there's a man in charge who cannot run away. But listen.
Come, let's let you cook, though. We've let you brew your thoughts.
They asked if Cam's alive over there. They asked if Cam's sleeping over there.
He's like, you know when Sting was in the bleachers just chilling like this? He's just watching the pod go like this.
Bro.
Man's watching from the rafters.
Bro, he's watching the pod like
Hey,
this.
don't kill me.
Bro.
Talk to us, bro.
Where do you even want to start? Like, for you, like, how are you feeling right now?
Listen, if I say what I think, I'll be suspended 6 months.
No pay.
Be suspended 6 months. No pay. Off duty.
I said FTBL suspension.
I'll be suspended 6. If I say what I want to say about set man, I'll lose everything. I'll lose everything. I'll lose everything.
I've got nothing left.
I'm telling you, like, bro, I can't even gather my thoughts because it was such a roller coaster. You know what I'm saying? Such a roller coaster. But obviously, I hear what you lot are saying about certain things, and ultimately, I don't think Gareth Southgate. I think once you've had 3 tournaments or something, and you ain't won, maybe you should pass the reins. So I'm not going to necessarily say them, but I think today, England were the better team, in my opinion. England had a couple opportunities. They scored a long shot and they scored a decent goal. Giroud's header was good. We'll get into that. But we can't start anywhere else but that penalty. We can't start anywhere else but that penalty. I mean, we can talk about Gareth Southgate as much as we want. Harry Kane, you're the man. You're the captain. This is your moment. Everyone talks about you ain't got no... We've had this discussion, Fuad. He ain't got no iconic goals in his career. He ain't built like that. He ain't got them moments yet. And I've always backed him that maybe if he goes to a big club, that moment will come. But you're with a big nation right now. You scored a penalty. You scored about 20 in your England career to get this record. You've got another one. And then you go and sky it over the bar. And look, I ain't someone that really gets onto people about penalties. But to put it over the bar, Harry Kane, that tells me you bottled it. That tells me there's no reason why Harry Kane should be putting a penalty over the bar. That is just so uncharacteristic. That's not you, bro. It shows me that moment got to you. You couldn't handle that moment. You're not that guy. And it's just the harsh reality. As much as I like the guy, he's a top striker, he's top scores goals. All these haters over the years who have always said, Harry Kane's not this, Harry lame, Harry this, he's not going to do it, he can't cut it. I've been the one that's saying, give him a chance. But today he proved them all right, bro. He proved them all right. Top strikers, they put that in the back of the net. England 2-2. You go again. I can't talk about Gareth Southgate when his captain goes and does that in the 81st minute in a World Cup quarter final. I just can't, because England were the good team today. England were the better team today, in my opinion. There is certain aspects that we'll get into. However, in a moment like that, you got to deliver, bro. I've seen David Beckham get hammered by this country for doing something similar. I've seen Saka. I've seen Rashford. I saw Sancho. I don't even know if that brother's recovered from that, bro. Them man got killed for this. Listen, I don't want nobody getting killed, but the front page of every paper tomorrow better be that ball going into Rosette. I don't know what Qatari caught that ball, bro. Somebody caught that and probably dunked it. Somebody probably dunked that. You know what I mean?
He said, Alhamdulillah, I got one for the brothers.
Somebody is taking that, bro.
Mashallah.
I'm telling you now, bro.
Thank you, Harry.
I don't want to see nothing about sorry 3 Lions or Gareth Southgate or any of this type of stuff. I want to see Harry Kane. I need to see him answer questions as the captain, because, bro, people talk about Spursy, that was the definition, bro. And this is why he doesn't bag in these semis. He doesn't bag in these finals. He's just not built for the moment, and it's harsh. It's hard to say, but I don't want to kill him. But
facts are facts.
Listen, facts are facts, and this is what we say about like the top level players. This is what differentiates you. It's that mental edge, that kind of high leverage moments. Can you really deliver it, bruv? And listen, there've been many questions in him at Spurs, and at England, I think he's always been able to kind of coast through with the got the golden boot at the last World Cup, chipped in kind of in the Euros in the knockout stages. But it was like there was people always like, now there needs to be an actual moment where you've grabbed the game by the scruff of the neck. That has not come. And when you're gifted, I felt like this was
on
almost
plate,
like a
yeah.
gifted,
2 pens.
Two pens.
Bear man, he scored what,
Considering
1 goal
your
up until this
record
point.
as well. Yeah, you
1 goal
scored
to this
that,
point.
bro.
You've got
in
2
the same
pens.
game. I feel like it's given to you.
It's like
And
London buses, isn't
yeah,
it?
when
Like-
you as they say, never look a gift horse in the mouth. You know what I'm saying?
Oh my
And
God.
that was
Bro,
the
I
case,
was
right?
thinking is, look,
to tell them that quickly, yeah. We're talking about big players, yeah. And then again, you're right on what you're saying. But who would you say England's big players are?
It has to
They
be
don't have
Kane.
one.
No.
And it has to be.
So, but in
based
terms of
on
like,
what?
I'm just
Based on
talking
what,
about.
though?
Yeah, but
I'm
it's a
talking
young, it's a
no,
young team, so
bro,
you
I
have
hear you,
people
but
like
I'm talking
Saka
about
developing into that.
I'm talking
That's
about in
the thing.
terms of, if you look at careers, yeah, and everything,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, or England moments and everything, England's big players for me personally, my opinion, Rashford has shown him in big games in his career that he will rise to occasion. Pickford for England has shown it, and everything. Harry Kane is not the big player in that England team. He's not.
Yeah, but
he's
look,
not.
he's meant to be.
Experience.
He's meant
He's
to,
meant to
bro,
be.
I'm not
You're
dis-
meant to
I'm
be.
not
You're
disputing
meant to be.
that,
Look,
but
look,
he's not.
Alan Shearer for England in '96 and stuff. Whether he was playing for whatever team.
Yeah.
He
rose.
rises. You got. It don't matter
Yeah.
if everyone's got more trophies
Yeah,
than you.
no, I
and
get
that.
you. I'm just
Deliver,
saying,
bro.
the facts
Deliver.
are-
You're the captain. You're meant to be the guy.
I don't even
Simple as that.
disagree. It's true. All I'm saying is the facts are, if you were to looking at training, I'm saying in a big game, who do I know? No matter what, come rain or shine, they're gonna give me what I believe
See,
a big performance
the
is.
thing is, England haven't had many big game performances like that to say for that.
But I'm not saying just international level. I'm just saying in general. I know that we talk about again. Rashford's big 6 record is a record. He will rise. Jordan Pickford for England, I've seen in big moments, he will rise. There's not many players. Those are the 2 players that stand out as in a moment they'll do something.
Yeah.
I don't see Harry Kane as that. He should be as the captain.
Mm-hmm.
But what on paper do I have? If he was to do a court case, he would go. He would be sent to jail.
No,
because he has
next
no
court
big-
case. Next court case, I'm taking Harry Kane. Yo, next time we do court, I don't care if it's end of the season, next season, you will remember this moment. Kane is coming with me. Kane is coming with me. Kane is. I'm bringing
Coming
Kane.
with me.
No, I don't.
You going down as well?
No, I'll go just to make sure he's inside. Just to make sure he's there. I will be there no matter what. I will be there no matter what.
Schofield.
As long as, bro. Hey.
I said I'm going in with him.
As long as I see him in there, I will be there no matter what.
That is
Nah,
Listen,
is there any super chats there?
That's funny.
Whilst we're getting
Just
super
quickly-
chats, sorry, bro.
No,
You
but
got this.
I forgot what I was gonna say then. Now that's some of what kills me now.
Hey,
But now go on, hit me with the super chats. I remember.
STTV 20% off Manscaped super chats. What we saying? That is.
Yeah, they're coming in hot with
I'm
these.
Schofield.
Messi 2Y goes should have kept Saka on, warned them about Giroud. Ash goes Phil Foden hype today yet again. Streets approved goes the weight of the nation was too heavy on the second penalty. It will swallow you whole. Pause. That was crazy.
Whoa there, player.
That was
Made you
crazy.
that verse.
Streets approved.
You
Easy
paid for
now.
that verse as
Easy
well.
now,
God
big
damn.
That's crazy.
How much did he send in?
Too much.
Hey, yo, Leah, pause. Hey, yo.
Hey, yo.
Next super chat.
Next up.
Hold up. Next super chat is from Ross Codsey. Goes, gentlemen, history never lies. Or am I on right now? Gentlemen, history never lies, and the record will reflect that Harry Kane did not deliver when it really mattered.
Shit.
And
Facts.
then J. Ashley Martin says, I personally feel obviously Kane bottled it, but Southgate making his first changes at the 70-plus
70,
minute
yeah.
Bro,
is
that-
criminal
yeah.
with impact players like Rashford and Grealish.
yeah.
Because bro,
Listen,
let me just say quickly, because I hear like the Kane thing, and I don't disagree one bit.
2 things can
But
coexist.
yeah, but my thing is a game shouldn't depend on a penalty, and even if he bags that,
Not on 2.
it's a draw. Then there's no guarantee that England go on to win
Win.
it. That game plan said nothing to me that England wanted to go and take that game and actually win, in my opinion.
Follow the.
So, do you think though it should be just dependent all on, alright, he's missed it, cool, that's it. We can now just look at it. We lost it because of that penalty miss, or we got to look at it more than that as well.
Yeah, no, it's definitely.
Nah, I mean, bro, this mic, bro.
make the. See what I make is make it parallel to the mic.
What are you talking about?
There you go. You're good.
It's not, bro.
Hey, can we have the you know the all after these messages?
I'll
We'll
just
be
hold
right
it.
back.
But I fully agree with saying, but this is the issue. This has always been the. Who that is that guy? Yo,
Real production.
Hey, the budget's new now. We got mobile stuff.
who the hell was that guy? I ain't never seen that guy before. Yo, you guys seen that guy before?
Andre Sherla in the studio.
Anyway. when you look at that's the thing that's always been the case about Gareth Southgate that people say is that he's not somebody that is proactive. You know what I mean? He's very reactive. And in a game like that, I tweeted Foden and Hendo maybe should be the ones to come off. You know what I mean? Come off the pitch. This was before France's goal. This is at 1-1. England were getting chances. England were actually looking like they wanted it after the goal. So I was thinking, bro, make some changes. I was either take Foden off and Hendo, or maybe put Foden inside. Do something. Bring Rashford on. Koundé had... Bro, Koundé had an enjoying life
man
today.
was chilling there with 2 chains.
Bro, he was enjoying life. But you've got to look at what he had at his disposal. The one thing that we big up England for is their squad depth. And the fact that you're bringing on Grealish 97 minutes. 30 seconds, bro. Ball boy.
Sorry, just to what I'm saying. The last international tournament where there was so much... when there was so much like uproar about everything, his whole Grealish ball tactic served him well. And it wasn't 93rd, it was around 80th. Even sometimes it was before. And it's like Grealish has shown at international level for Southgate, when he comes on, something happens. Opposition teams go, right, we have something to think about.
But it's not
why would you do that
so late in the 97? It doesn't make sense. I personally didn't even see Sterling warm up and he just threw him on personally. But I don't know, he might have. I don't understand why he took off Saka, who was by far, big up Saka, because he was by far England, in my opinion, most threatening player. He really wanted it today. He did not care. He wanted to get the ball. He wanted to take on. He got the ball in centre midfield position sometimes, drove with the ball. So shout out him because he showed personality, he showed character today, and I respect that. Do you know what I'm trying to say? Big him up. I will now be one of his biggest fans. I'm telling you, because after Harry Kane, I'm your biggest hater. Now, Saka, I'm your biggest fan. I'm Saka's biggest fan. Anyway, but let's move forward from that. We can't ignore. Hold on. We can't ignore though. We can't ignore the way Declan Rice was on an island today when on the ball, or John Stones or Maguire when they have the ball. Where was Jude Bellingham today? Where was Jordan Henderson?
On the wing.
One is standing on the right wing, one is standing on the left wing. I'm sorry. This whole, he's £100 million, £150 million he's going to go for this summer. Bro, you don't even want to receive the ball. And when you do, you're falling over on the ball. Your passes are poor. This is for Jude Bellingham. I'm sorry. 19, he's going to be able to grow. But today, he didn't show what people usually big him up about. Mentality. Today, I'll be dead honest. He looked like a hatchet man. It looked like watching Hannibal Mebry at Man United. Hatchet. Come on. Hatchet. No. He came on.
Chill.
He came on. He was playing. He was fouling people. He was slide tackling. Everything was hatchet man. Nothing showed me quality today. Nothing. And when you look on the other side, Tchouaméni, quality, bro. I saw quality over there. For me, it was very telling today. It was very telling. Jordan Henderson, I don't even want to talk about Jordan Henderson. 4 years on. 4 years on since Croatia, 2018. I'm still relying on Jordan Henderson in pivotal games.
No, I love this. Because does this not feel like we're having this conversation every single time? Tournament?
Yeah.
Every tournament, are we not talking about, England need that profile of player, that Pirlo, that Xavi-esque, and it's not Bellingham's. But you went with 3 of them today.
But
like
three
battle warriors in midfield.
The problem is Gareth Southgate, obviously he went into this game. Hold on, he went into this game, obviously expecting a transition type game. They're gonna come in transition, we're gonna come transition. It's gonna be a messy.
Croatia did yesterday.
When Tchouaméni's goal went in, it completely messed everything up. But this is where a proactive manager says, okay, now I've got Bellingham, who isn't the most technical player in the world. He's a decent box to box. And I got Henderson, who's just here to cover whatever. At that moment, at half time, 50 minutes in, you got to realise, okay, it's not that type of game. Because once France scored, they said, England, have the ball if you want. Break us down.
Yeah.
Henderson's breaking us down. Jude Bellingham's breaking us down. Foden on the wing. That's not going to work. Harry Kane dropping this deep. They're enjoying life. So what you got to do is, for me, in the 50th minute, 55 minutes in, then say, okay, boom, 2 attackers. France have now got to think about it. It felt like Gareth Southgate was waiting to see what's Deschamps going to do. Are you going to make a change? Oh, I don't want to make a change because we might lose this.
That's the penalty point. We can't say the penalty is great, but to get 2 penalties is a luxury.
100%. And the thing is, when you set up with that midfield 3, I feel like it's the one thing we've always been complaining about Kane is stop dropping deep for England, stay in that box we pulled. When you set up with that midfield three, guess what it does? It leaves that whole 10 space open where he drops in, and now it's like, how many times did Kane pick up the ball 30, 40 yards deep and we were like, what are you doing back here? Get further forward.
What I would say to your
and
friend,
that's what I mean by we still have to look at, for me, the manager and the tactical setup. We can't just look at it as penalty, just because it's the shock moment of what sent England home.
What I would say
if Calvin Phillips performed like Jude did or whatever today, he would get ripped apart. Like, I'm seeing people talking about it was good.
Let me
I think you're going too heavy on Jude.
I'm not, but I'm being truthful. You guys ain't truthful.
Let me tag it.
Wait. You can criticize a player, bro.
No, you can, but
you can't just sit here and be waxing lyrical over them. That's how in 2 years they become Dele Allis.
No,
because no one wants to point out their flaws. They just want to say they're so good, and
I'll
that's
tell you one
it.
thing. Do you know what the difference is?
Bro, allow it, man.
This boy's got cojones to actually try and
Cojones to what?
To actually try and be involved in this game. He was not hiding. I'll tell you that.
Off the ball.
And on the ball.
On the ball, he was coming and showing for the ball.
All I'm going to say is, we were talking about, we mentioned the whole Henderson thing.
I think you're going overboard with the Jude.
All I would say is, if we're mentioning Henderson was right wing and Bellingham was left wing and Declan
was basically playing the same role he played last game.
No, but if Henderson's doing the same thing and Declan's by himself, for me personally, that seems like it's an instruction. Why are they both doing it? That's an instruction. Yeah, someone has to take initiative and come in.
Like that.
But
England
that's an instruction.
England in the whole tournament, the issue with England, they were not playing through the midfield. Whether they got the ball players to do that,
100%.
probably not. They haven't got the ball players to do that. However, you've got to find the formula. That's the thing.
I get you.
Playing them both wide, I didn't understand that.
A part of that, does come from the manager, but it goes back to what I was saying before about this particular game where we were doing a preview and I said, even though we think France's midfield is mid, for me, this game is so important about whoever's better in the midfield because Tchouameni, simple little thing, little touches, pops up for the goal, boom. Declan Rice, people won't appreciate that because it's not the stuff you see on highlights and anything. But the game he played today, it got to a point where he was the one progressing the ball because no one else could do anything. Maguire was spamming the ball everywhere. Rice was getting the ball, kept me moving forward and breaking everything down. He had a really good game. Apart from that, it was the midfield by himself. So even with, you said Rabiot had a good game. If they've won that and they're transitioning better, how are England supposed to win?
Bro, the thing is, at these type of moments, right, the reason why I do not understand, and it shows me that it was fear, is because, just like what production was saying, you man was saying after, Mbappe hasn't had that one moment. And what did I say to you, man? What if that moment doesn't even come? I think Gareth Southgate was sitting there thinking like that as well. What if they have that one moment? No, bro. England are the team that were looking that are going to be the one to score. You've got to take it. A top manager, you got to live and die by your decisions. A top manager would have done something there. And I don't want to blame him too much. I just hate his pragmatism, and that's always going to kick in.
No, but
and that's why
hold some blame.
No, hold on. That's the thing. It's always going to kick in. That's what happened to Croatia, Italy, as you mentioned, and now today. So in the long run, do I want him to be in charge? Probably not. Let's try a fresh face. But however, I just still can't overlook what Harry Kane did. I can't overlook Henderson's got to retire, and I like the guy. No, he's got to retire from England. He's got to retire from England. Yo, he's got to retire.
Do you know what?
He's got to retire.
I could tell he was going through a list of things. He must retire.
Henderson's got to retire from England, bro. It's okay. Kyle Walker did a good job, to be fair, but I think England now need to start trying to be the team on the front foot. So that'll be when the Reece James and stuff come in.
Be healthy.
Luke Shaw, he was okay today. I think the defense was okay today, right? I think it was okay.
Ben Chilwell, be healthy.
Hold on. I think the defense is okay, but I can't ignore Foden's performance. Which I think he should have moved in midfield, but I can't ignore his performance. I can't ignore Harry Kane's penalty. I cannot ignore Jude Bellingham, whatever you man try and say. As I said, Henderson's got to retire. So these are a couple of things that let Gareth Southgate down at the same time as well. These are the big moments, man. You got to rise, bro. You've got to rise. 5, yeah. And this is a team. This is a France team that were there for the taking. This was a France team that were there for the taking. I guarantee you now, France are probably going to be like, whoa, hey, that was our one bad game of the tournament. Okay, don't worry. Morocco, you're about to hold something. Messi, whoever, you're about to hold something too.
Yeah.
They're
going to try and go back to back. Listen, I can't lie. Honestly, imagine we get Croatia, France again.
Hey, listen, I'm trying to see Croatia, Morocco, bro.
Listen.
World Cup of the underdogs.
Oh my gosh. Listen, is there any more super chats in the England game? Because I want to kind of pivot into
Oh, the super chats right now. I just got another one.
Yeah, give me a bit of Tommy Tuchel. Give me a bit of Tommy Tuchel.
I'm thinking.
Where was I saying this?
Give me a bit of
Was I
Tommy
saying
Tuchel.
this on Big Six? I said,
Whoa. Are they paying for that?
no.
Did they pay for that shout
Did they pay for that? Whoa.
No.
Hey, can you bleep
I
that
gotta
shit?
remember, there was somewhere where I was saying, I was like, yo, Tuchel is sitting there waiting. He wants to be in England. I think he would jump at the chance. I think you've seen with Mancini and Enrique,
You man want Mason Mount on the
managers
wing,
don't
yeah?
have to wait till the latter years to get their
You
job.
want Mason Mount on the wing?
Listen, I don't know.
Mason Mount.
Who you reckon? He's that much in
Even
love with
like,
Mason Mount?
Oh, I didn't want to get onto Mount, but I don't get that sub either, man.
No,
Hey,
but the
man,
third man run worked.
Hey man, I was
third
gonna say,
man run.
didn't
He got the pen.
Didn't
The
he
third man
contribute to the
run-
pen?
That was
He
a
came
pure
on-
just bozo moment.
Yeah,
by
but the
Teo
third man
Hernandez.
run worked.
No, but Upa Meccano got away with a disaster class as well. Oh, that ref. I will see you one day. That ref.
Matisse is in the chat saying we definitely did pay.
Yeah, that ref, I'm telling you, that
I can't lie.
he hated Saka today. He was hating on
Some
Saka.
of the refereeing
He was
over
hating
the
on
last
Saka.
2 days.
Let me be real, yeah. I can't remember what team it was. They'll complain that if there's a team, if there's an Argentinian team still in the tournament, why Argentinian refereeing? For me personally, given the history between Brazil and England,
Yeah.
and it's been 20 years on, and Brazil just got knocked out, I don't understand why there was a Brazilian ref today. Personally, for me, that's a shocking
What are you
decision.
saying? He's emotional.
Would you not be? Neymar's retiring.
Yeah, but all this.
How do you say it? How did you sing it?
Pupusa,
He can't sing that. He was probably thinking, oh, these bloody, bloody
England-
taking a knee before the game, ain't got time for politics. That's what he's probably thinking, bro.
Right.
Trying to get them out of there, man.
England blew an opportunity, man. England blew
Of a
an
lifetime.
opportunity. It's a big opportunity, and same thing that with what you said in terms of the Italy one, like. Where you could have got that one as well. You know, you gave the game to him. This one, okay, England tried a little bit more. However, they blew an opportunity. But we got to give respect to Giroud. You know, getting the goal.
Griezmann.
Giroud popping up, doing what he does. Griezmann got a nice cross in as well. Look, everyone's getting onto Maguire. I'm looking at that properly. I don't even know. Like, he got in front of him. People get in front of defenders. You know what I mean? I wouldn't say he dunked on him or anything like that. He got in front of him. Obviously, it hit his arm, but it's Maguire, so it looks like Calamity Maguire. He's just gonna have to hold that in it. But it was just good play. It was good. It was good centre forward play by Giroud.
I have to be real as well. A mark of a good team is a team that's able to, even if the other team make it easier, a team that's able to sort of
Still grind it out.
still grind it out. Best player in the world.
That's what their winning experience does, bro.
Didn't need to be there. Usman had a few flashes. Didn't need to be there. But what I would say though, actually, is not similar to the whole Suarez thing. But you know how we joked about saying Ghana was so focused on Suarez that they didn't realise that it kind of lets things be and everything. Before the game, production was saying that all of their positioning for France is typically on the left-hand side because that's where it thing, and then it leaves Usman open.
Overload.
This time they said,
Overload on one
yeah,
side,
you
yeah.
man, what Mbappe? Okay, no, what slapping Shaw? The whole game they
I
kept.
don't think. Do you think Shaw got spanked?
No, they kept trying to slap him. They tried to slap him in aerially. They tried to double up on that side because
they
like,
did try and throw
you're
a
looking at
couple
Mbappe.
balls
No
back
worries. Don't worry. Kylian's there. He'll get his one shot. We're going for this side.
But see, this is why I want to give also, like, we're talking about Griezmann, we're talking about his play. The reason why I want to give, and this is why, like, everyone, this is to Shams, right? He's gone to a World Cup semi, he's gone to a Euro final, he's won the World Cup, he's might go to another World Cup final. Who before this tournament said Griezmann centre midfield, deep role? All right, I'm
shout out Umir.
Yeah, fair enough. But I'm talking about the general masses. Nobody was
general
saying that.
public, yeah.
But it's for him to drop in. So when I see Gareth Southgate say stuff like, "Oh, Foden doesn't play in midfield for his club, so I'm not gonna do it," or when I see all this type of stuff, people saying, "Well, this person plays there," it shows at international level you can reinvent your game, bro. The game is so much different. It's you have the ball, we're gonna defend for our life. We have the ball, you're gonna defend. That's how it is. It's not Prem where it's all that type of stuff in club football. It's so much different international game. Now we're seeing Griezmann reinvent himself. I guarantee if anyone is to sign Griezmann from here, or Simeone, because he's a different type of cat, he probably won't. If anyone was to take Griezmann from here, they'll probably start playing him in that role, bro. That's probably going to be where he reinvents himself.
Yeah.
But that's what England could have done. When you're saying Grealish can play in midfield, oh, but he doesn't play that for Man City. When you're saying Foden can play in midfield, he doesn't play that. It's crazy stuff. And you got Deschamps, who's apparently cancer, AIDS. He says, "Oh, Griezmann, you just come in midfield for me,
even when I
mate."
see-
And he's in the midfield.
Why that, bro?
He's in the
And it's weird
team
because even at
tournament.
international, you see Spain, the amount of attacking midfielders they got. Some man playing right back, some man playing left wing, false nine. So I'm like, only in England does it seem like the attacking mids can't play midfield. No, they can only play out wide.
It goes back to what I said. I said ultimately, for some reason, British football is not allowed to have imagination. And like I said, what Deschamps does well before we go to the next game is that he's pragmatic, but he still allows space for creativity. Giroud and Mbappe pick and roll. Griezmann, do whatever you're doing. Usman, Kylian, there's still room for imagination. Whereas with England, I don't ever watch England go and go, ooh. It's kind of like functional. Everything is like
it's functional.
It's like, that's not how football's about expression.
That's what I'm saying. Hurry up and sack Potter, and we'll take him too. You know what I mean? We don't mind. What? Potter assistant manager for Tommy Toots? I don't mind. Ex-Chelsea, you know what I mean? Ex-Chelsea
England! Listen, man. Let's go into some of the other games as well, because there's a lot that happened. Listen.
Super chat.
Breathe in, breathe out, super chats, and then we're going to big up Africa.
Make sure you subscribe.
Because it's a big day for Africa.
Make sure you subscribe, people. Make
Notifications
sure you
on. Super chats, any more England super chats? Go on, then.
Yeah, a lot more. Messi 2Y goes, bet Rashford will be in the papers, not Harry Kane.
I'm watching.
Hey, if they do that, I can't lie. I'm going to the Sun. I'm going to whatever offices. We will riot. We will. What?
Shamar MCFC goes, Hendo gets the ball, looks lost, and just boots it.
That's British heritage.
Just Waffling goes, even as a United fan, Saka seems the best player in this England team. Why is he always hooked? Also seems like the media downplay his performances.
Downplays whose performances?
Saka's.
Because they always bring up Foden, Bellingham, they're the future.
It's because his name.
He hasn't got that outward personality.
His name is Bukayo Saka.
I think he does.
I don't know.
Some of the behind the scenes stuff.
His name is Bukayo Saka.
Of all the clicks and everything, he's always the centre.
Do you remember another proper conversation?
Crowning.
Do you remember another proper conversation?
Yeah.
Out of all the names in the England team, whose name is completely different? His name is Bukayo Saka. There's a reason why they're not pushing him. Marcus Rashford sounds nicer. Phil Foden. Bukayo Saka is not going to go in front of the newspapers. Listen, I'm just the messenger. I won't say too much. Bukayo Saka. It is at least, Tammy Abraham. Okay, Bukayo Saka. Bro, his name is Bukayo Saka, bro. They're not putting him on the front of the papers. Listen, man.
There's a few more. Adrian Sheikh says, talking about subs when we were playing really well first half, but Mays and Fouad. France created 2 chances. Creativity hype. In my opinion, this is more about mentality. I agree with him, to be honest.
I agree.
Hey, listen, there's something actually. England.
So
no, we'll
England
go back to
didn't
that.
go to the game, didn't take the game to him.
I think when I talk about mentality, I think there was a point where Southgate needed to put his foot on the neck of France.
Yes, that's literally tactics.
What do you
That's
mean
what
by
I mean. Change your tactics.
What I mean, like, I think there were substitutions he needed to make.
That's tactics.
The stat says that England have been knocked out of quarterfinals, I think, of World Cup or something 7 times. It's the most of any international nation.
Dang.
So mentality is true, but I think the person that sent it in understands what we're saying. If England really wanted to win that game and went on the front foot, they'd have blasted France away. There's no disputing
100%.
that. They were there for the taking. We should be praising them that they got 2 chances created and they think. England created chances and they're 2 penalties. Come on, man.
JSG goes, Jude Heynckes got pocketed by 4-foot.
Jude who?
High key.
Oh,
Yeah,
I
what'd he say?
thought it was a slander name.
Jude Heynckes got pocketed by 4-foot Griezmann.
So uncomfortable.
Daniel goes, we needed to
Picking on a
change and bring
19-year-old now.
Daniel goes, we needed to change and bring Foden in the central midfield. Not all Gareth was an inferiority complex from the get-go. Just look at how Rabiot played versus Henderson. Messi 2Y goes, Rice, Maguire, Bellingham were hella slow in the first phase of build-up. Allowed France to recover and get their shape and breathe back. J. Ashley Martin goes, I still don't know what our game plan was. 1 minute we're sitting in counter. Next, Henderson is sprinting from mid and pressing. I just don't know. Fat Santa says, now you know how us LFC fans feel every week watching Henderson hide at the right wing.
He thought he still got Trent to cover. Walker's like, I ain't getting nowhere. Go.
I'm good, man.
Go create.
Get involved.
Walker said, go
Do your job, lad. Yeah? Man think they want to come do auxiliary jobs. No, your actual job you're paid to do. Create.
Man said,
Get on the ball.
Man said, read your job description.
Guys think covering tracks is their job.
Olu goes, why take off Saka when he started to cook?
I don't get that one,
Listen,
man.
Yeah.
I told you his name is Bukayo
as I wanna
Saka.
hate. Yeah.
His name is Bukayo
busy.
Saka. I'm telling
Nah,
you.
Southgate didn't take him off because his name's Bukayo. Let's not do that now.
He's going too far
Nah, he's
now.
going too far.
He's going too far.
Nah, he's going too far. He's going
Bukayo
too far.
Saka.
Olu, who else do we have? COO says John Stones' composure in tight situations only getting better. Crazy performance from him.
James Stones is so
Thanks a
good.
lot for all the content, guys. Been great this tournament. We're not done yet, but
We ain't
Yeah,
done.
we ain't done yet.
That
We ain't
sounded
going
like a
anywhere.
goodbye.
I've got one more left in me.
we got two more. Warmlet says you need a Carlton Palmer in midfield.
Cole
to
Palmer, you put me.
Carlton?
He said Carlton Palmer in midfield to sow chaos. I don't know what that means.
Sounds like a real yard man, bro. Carlton Palmer.
Hey,
Carlton.
didn't
Carlton.
he have like 2 England caps in the 90s?
Who?
I'm sure there's a Carlton Palmer. You know which one I'm talking about.
Is that who he's talking about?
Bruv, if he's talking about the Carlton Palmer, I think he is.
Nah,
I'll read the last one
I
too.
swear, I'm sure.
read the last one,
I'm
read the last
sure.
one.
I know it's completely random, yeah, but you know when you did that, yeah, why did Ricardo Fuller come to
I
mind?
knew it. This
it?
guy. You must have seen this brother on Sky Sports and stuff like that. Carlton Palmer.
Oh.
You see him,
That's
innit?
what I'm
Yeah.
laughing.
I'm
But I don't know why.
sure that's my takeaway. That's my takeaway, man. Guy's name, bro. Carlton Palmer. No cap, bro. No cap. When I go jack shop, I'm sure his name is Carlton Palmer, fam. No cap.
Carlton.
Oba1 goes, England have no imagination, just look at the food. Jose Perez
Hey,
says,
that's a good comment. I like that one.
He said what?
Just look at the food.
Then look
England
at the
have no
food.
imagination.
Jose Perez says, Saka, baller and scholar, more Morocco taking down colonists and fewer U2 tweets. And then finally, oh my god, there's so many. Najib Football goes, Southgate should stay. They got a good crop of players coming. Matter of time till they win a major tournament. Morocco will remain steadfast until the very end. This is the last one. Adrian Sheikh, not having Foden in midfield, BS, because when we played Scotland in Euros Hungary months ago, Foden played as an 8 and got bullied and never scans flip-flops.
What?
I guess he just doesn't like Foden in midfield.
So one game, and that's your judgment there. This is. I bet you're English too. I bet you're probably Southgate's little brother, bruv. You know what I mean? He's probably Southgate's send out.
Hey, don't kill me,
Is that Steve Holland? That might be Steve. That might have been Steve Holland.
Oh, don't kill me.
Hey, listen. Oh my gosh, we actually have so much. Wait, it's been like. Wait, hold on. No, we started late. Cool. Sorry, my head's gone. Africa. Let's give a round of applause to Africa, man.
Brother.
We've done it. Mina. We have to. Mina.
Semi-final
McGrebury.
collectors,
2 African teams in the semi-final.
France and.
It almost went over heads.
It's uncomfortable.
It almost went over heads. You know what?
Almost went to you man's head.
I'm there, man. So
And I saw them not taking the knee. French, yeah? They're French. Cool. Calm.
listen, man.
You know.
What an achievement. They've beat Spain, beat Portugal,
Belgium.
beat Belgium. They've conceded 1 goal and it was an own goal. They have an African manager.
Yeah.
They stick to their style of football. They're still hard to break down. They create a lot of chances to score goals. Somehow, even though they're doing so well, they still manage to keep the North African footballer stereotypes. This has been very, very impressive to watch. And the one thing on the shout is the manager's been in charge for 100 days. Ziyech comes in.
Shit.
Yeah, it's only been 3 months. Ziyech comes back in the
Bruv.
fold.
That's the Ziyech power, you know?
Ziyech comes back
You know the
in.
manager had beef with Ziyech,
Yeah.
the other one.
Ziyech comes
Ziyech
in,
said,
big
hey,
foul.
if I'm coming back,
Production,
So Ziyech is the pioneer. This whole.
Well,
shit.
no, there's a lot because ultimately production can correct me if I'm wrong, but I think they've only lost 3 games in the last 3 years or something.
Damn.
Let me confirm that.
Yeah, they've not lost a lot. They've always been like a. This
but
is
they
their
were mid
crop.
in the AFCON though.
They didn't perform well, but I'm saying in terms of losing, they've not lost a lot of games in recent time. Like, but what they're doing at the moment is we know what we want to do, and it's inshallah, like everything will open and we'll do, and they're doing it. So
Hey, he doubted us every step of the way.
It's not me.
Hey, holy lands.
This is
We're in holy lands.
Hey,
We're in
do you know
holy
that's so
lands.
funny? Remember the group chat
Listen.
thing there? But like I said, like ultimately, like we said it wasn't a joke, but we said there's no way you could have a World Cup in the Middle East and one team from the MENA region wouldn't do something. So it's no surprise that this team has become. They were the first African teams to get World Cup point, the first team to qualify out of a group. They're now the first to get to semi-final. We in the preview, we said that if they can stay in the game long enough, it'll be interesting. They've got injuries. They've done that. Where I fear for them now is legs must be tired. Injuries must be there.
they've got 3 of their back forwards.
They're on last legs. But with this way this tournament's been, you just never know what they could conjure up. And I just have to give it respect because at the end of the day, so many people look at a team like Morocco and be like, oh, well,
Yeah.
I saw a couple of their players say not mention Africa though. They only mention the Arab world.
Mina.
I ain't vibing with that either. I can't lie.
Mina.
Yeah, what I gotta.
They say
You know what I mean? What are we saying
Middle
here?
East, North Africa
Mina,
sees itself
Mina.
as one unit, to be fair.
Mina, is it Maghreb?
Maghrebi. Yeah.
There you go. That's what
But
they
no,
associate
listen,
with.
The manager's saying Africa, so
Yeah.
I'll
Real
ride
man.
it.
That's a real man right there. Waleed,
Real man.
Waleed is a real man. I don't know much about real men, but Waleed is a real man.
Listen, let me tell you something. I like this guy's mentality.
out certifications. We know what his AF stamp did before,
my
you know.
God.
Listen.
You aren't allowed to stamp anyone.
Take my word for this one. He's real man.
We'll
You got
investigate
first
that
African
one.
team
We'll get back to you
to
on that one.
semi-final. But
it's
in
under
general,
review.
what I want to touch on is if you look at what Portugal did in the game before and how Spain performed, you probably think that they would have looked and thought, oh, we've got enough. We packed that
Bro,
thing. We've
both
got
of
enough.
them turned up arrogant. It's the same manner with
Go on.
Brazil as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm glad you said it. Let's elaborate.
Where they turned up thinking, all right, we've shown in a couple of the previous games we can ball out.
Mm-hmm.
We have the quality in attack. And if you look at us pound for pound, we should technically
Mm-hmm.
turn up and beat them. And even as the games were played, I think Morocco, I thought they came to play, in my opinion. I thought, fair play to them. They're actually taking the game to them. They didn't just sit back and invite a counter. Was it Unahi in the middle? Absolute ran the show from the first half. I thought you had Bernardo, Bruno, all these men on the other side. This guy actually looked like the best midfielder on the pitch. And I think for me, it was how the individuals in this team are performing. I know we're saying Waleed, the manager or whatever, but Saiss, Bono,
Oh, mate.
bruv, Ziyech, Boufal,
Amrabat.
Bro, like, I wanted to save him for last. Amrabat, bro. The way these men have individually taken their roles personally. You know when the Jordan me, I took that personally.
Yeah.
No one's done anything to these man. They're
deeper
taking
meaning.
it personal.
It's a deeper meaning.
And I said, I love it. So for me, this is what playing with for your country does. This is what you're seeing, that pride, that love. And I've said, listen, all credit to them for me. I cannot fault them, and I wish them all the best, bro.
Bro, I saw a player called Amala. I said, yeah, they're built different. Yeah. Have you ever had? You ain't even had Amala in Nigerian
That's
food.
The black one.
Oh, no,
It's a Nigerian
black one.
food.
It's
You eat
swallowed.
that,
Nah.
But it's
you won't wake up until next week.
You're gonna see. You'll be
So
nuts.
when I saw that was his name, when I saw his name, I said, yeah.
There's a few things we like.
They're packing that down right now still.
Even in the game though, yeah, the goal they scored, I don't know what the goalkeeper was doing, but the determination to make sure, listen, I don't care what happens, I'm winning this header, and the rest is history.
Well, it's like every game, it seems like they're carrying a ton of knocks going into it.
Yeah.
It seems like even throughout the game, they're picking up injuries.
But they're still going.
Strap me up,
And
put
they're
me
still
back
good.
out
Yeah,
there.
they're
And I'm
still
like,
good.
bruv, I don't know. And I think each round, Spain have thought, oh yeah, they gassed themselves out in the group stage. They'll probably choke to us. Portugal thought the same. Portugal turned up in that first knockout round without Ronaldo, said, hey, we got Gonzalo
Said,
now,
we're
Ramos,
cooking.
hat tricks, brother.
Said-
We're coming winners.
said-
I was hearing winners talk.
Said,
Morocco
hold,
said,
hold that.
Inshallah, wait for us. Wait for us, brother.
But
Inshallah.
even like for me,
coming.
you know when we were talking about substitution, Southgate, yeah, this is a different side of it. Cool, injuries and whatnot. We're solid anyway. We frustrated them. We've got them. We want to go back five, 3 centre halves.
Can we talk about that goal as well, though, please?
That's what I'm saying. The header, the defending, mad, but the header.
Air in the Siri. Air in the Siri.
And the Siri hype.
Oh,
no, hype.
Before you
Big
go
up,
there,
man. I big him up,
let's
big him up,
just
big him up.
appreciate that.
Yeah, yeah,
Because
you know
even
what I'm coming for.
Cristiano sat on the bench and went, wow,
Yeah.
that used to be me. Brother, that was Sampdoria Juve all over again. Man had 15-second hang time. And listen, I feel sorry for my brother, man.
Yeah.
Ruben Diaz.
Post on a
Hey, you gotta hold that one, brother.
on a poster.
I told you,
Brother,
man.
Back-to-back tournaments, you're getting
He's
dunked
the
on like that.
No blue tack, just slap on the wall.
Hey,
Bro.
that was one of the most ruthless
Disrespectful.
dunks on I've ever seen.
Disrespectful.
Ever. You know, he made him 360 after he dunked. He went, and if you see the slow-mo, it looks like he farted in his face.
He was eating ass. Ruben Diaz was eating ass, bro.
You gonna put another grown man put his ass in your face, bro? Come on!
Listen, that's too easy.
Nesri, bro. Do you know the worst thing is? And Nesri, I felt like was having a bad tournament, all tournament as
He's
well.
not a good
He was
striker.
almost
He's
like
not good.
the disappointing part of Morocco's
Yeah.
team. The build-up is all good. It gets up there, he wastes it.
But he had his
The
moment.
one moment.
He had
this
his
is all
moment.
you wait for. Takbir.
Bro, listen, I've told man about Ruben Diaz, bro. He's not moved me, bro. That guy hasn't
Hey,
fooled
listen,
me.
we got Van Dijk out here.
Nah,
That's all that matters.
yeah,
My
yeah.
job is complete
no,
now. My job is
no,
complete.
Nah, Van Dijk, we're gonna talk.
We're gonna talk about Van Dijk.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, we're spinning the
But-
coupe on
But
you. What?
but nah, Ruben Diaz.
I'm driving this.
I've said it when you man were trying to throw Ruben Diaz saying, "Oh, Ruben Diaz is real man." I said, "No, I can see through him. He's not real man, bro. He's not hard. He's a fake hard man."
Man said, real boy.
His shirts are looking
He's
tight.
wearing tight tops, bro. You know what I'm saying? Wear your size, please. What the hell? You know what I'm saying? Like, for me, Ruben Diaz, look, he's just not that guy, bro. Pepe, for me, looked better than him all tournament.
Speak on it.
He got dunked on today. I see him get turned. I see all these things. People get onto people like Maguire and that. But listen, you put Maggie in that team, you put Maggie in that City team, they'll look exactly the same. I'm telling you. Ruben Diaz ain't that guy for me, bro.
Listen,
John Stones,
no.
you see this, there's levels between them, bro. For me, John Stones is way better than him. And you see it, club country doesn't need
like
Pep.
4 years older, man.
Doesn't need Pep. Yeah, listen, Ruben Diaz, your time. Listen,
They still think
Pep
John
is gonna
Stones
see
is a
it.
kid.
Pep is watching. Pep
John
is
Stones
watching.
is old, you know.
Pep is watching.
General, hey.
He's watching it like Akanji moved me a little bit.
Whoa.
And he's
He
like-
got dunked on
he's
the
like-
floor, bro. Don't lie. Don't lie. Wrong person.
Hold on, Blair. Hold on, Blair.
Do a dip on your chip.
Hold on, Blair.
Okay.
Man said, Nico, really good. Man said,
Bro, he's gonna look at it. He's gonna say, Ake moved me a little bit. John Stone moved me a little bit. Diaz.
no, on a real, what they've done today, we've been talking about how this is one of like potentially the best World Cup ever.
Hey,
That is that's a narrative that confirms it. If you like, that's
Confirmed.
insane. That is insane. So hold tight, them. They deserve all the respect. The camera up that followed Ronaldo down the tunnel.
I want to shake your hand.
So,
I want to
you see,
shake your
bro,
hand.
You see you? They're gonna give you awards in the future. That was cinematography. That was cinematography.
You know what I want to know the producer that was in his ear that said to him, "Hey yo, get that shot ready. Get in the tunnel now."
And wait,
you
'cause
know
he
this drama
he was
queen's
walking
coming.
backwards.
It was me. Motherfucker, it was me.
That's them TD calls.
Was it?
That's them TD calls.
Hey yo, you guys get ready. They're coming.
I said, yo, guys, you gotta make sure you know that we get everything ready, you know, because you don't understand how clean the shot was, yeah. And then even a little, okay, he's turning, let me pan, and then follow. I said,
they got
nah.
him. You know the ugly crying. You know the Kim K face. They got him with that.
The way the camera up got him
brother.
with
In the NBA playoffs, when LeBron loses Game 7, they film him walking down the
Listen,
tunnel. That's what that was.
anyone that knows, yeah, he was using not even the 4K, he was using the red camera.
He was using 8K.
He was using the red camera. That gosh.
He even took off the plastic in front. He made sure he got it in 8K.
Listen,
He's gonna start adding slow mo to it as well.
That I can't lie. He even did the little, you know, the little shake to that. Yeah, let me focus in. I said that is some real hater-ish. The comment came out afterwards that he said that he's told his international teammates that he's retiring from football. I don't know if that's supposed to be international or not, but Portugal to give that performance, Portugal and Brazil to give performances like that, then to bow, I'm sorry, that's stuttery for me personally.
Yeah,
that's stuttery.
I think when you look at Portugal, they have the exact same similar kind of situation to England in terms of, you know, you talk about the managers a little bit, blah blah. But I actually think today they had a good team out there. They tried to play. Morocco were just solid, bro, just very solid, and they resorted to end up crossing when Ronaldo came on. You know what I mean? They just started crossing.
I felt like they went to that a little bit too early.
Early,
and it almost
they did.
made it look like they were panicking.
50 minutes in, they done the two subs, brought these guys on. What's the guy that came up? Ramos. He came off later on, but however, I think Portugal, one of those situations where maybe they're going to need another manager that can maybe
Take
ease
them
the
to promised
shackles
land,
a little bit. But I actually thought that the players tried. I just don't think Portugal.
Felix had a big chance.
Yeah, like I
Ramos
think
had a
people,
big
you know,
chance.
got super excited over the win, but everyone in that was seen as favourites in the competition, kind of won through the last 16 games kind of comfortably. It's pretty much Spain. Everyone kind of won comfortably. So when the whole I understand it. I understand why there was a lot of hype, because it's the last 16 and you win, and Ramos came and scored a hat-trick and he deserved to start today. I saw a lot of people saying this is what happens when you don't play Ronaldo. No. That's cap. He deserved to start. I'm sorry, if I come and start ahead of you and I score a hat-trick, I deserve to start the next game. And Santos was right in that decision, in my opinion. When Ronaldo came on, nothing really changed. So we'll speak about Ronaldo in isolation in a sec.
With this Portugal team, though, I just want to ask, like, it seems like no one's talking about Bernardo Silva, in my opinion. Do you feel like he's had a bit of an underwhelming tournament? For someone who, I think, coming into this Portugal team, you would have looked at it and people would have said, oh, yeah, Bruno thinks he's the head honcho.
Oh, Santos is already gone. Oh, fair enough.
Oh, is he?
Yeah.
Okay.
Damn, bear man,
man. Thank you.
Hey, listen, it's about damn time, bro. So it's about damn time.
Southgate.
Oh, we're coming. It's time. Jose, we're back.
They're gonna give more talent.
I said Cristiano. One last right.
One more.
Hey, Ronaldo. Full back now.
They said that the last C of the tournament was the Ghanaian brother, bruv. The last Sui from in the World Cup was the Ghanaian brother.
The last Sui at the tournament.
The last Sui
at World Cup.
The Ghanaian brother.
Bukari. Whoa.
Hey, hard. Hey,
that's what you call Saka.
No, hey, yo. We reserve that for set, man. I don't know about everything. Whoa.
Bukari Rez.
Hey,
man said he did the last Sui in World Cup history.
That's too funny.
Hey, before he gets away from me, Bernardo Silva, come out here. Come.
To a bigger extent, they City players.
The best player in the world shouts, best creator in the Premier League shouts. He is the head honcho and head creator of this Portugal team. I'll be honest with you, I thought throughout the whole tournament, Otavio outshined him in that midfield. Bruno had way more influence than him. Hey, I'm just calling it what I see. Can you tell me which games you felt like Bernardo was pulling the strings? Because all I kept seeing was most pressures applied. Bernardo was second or third. That was it.
Most pressures height.
Most pressures height, bro. I'm like, Bernardo. Can we? No. But the thing is I think because Bernardo doesn't put up those gargantuan numbers yet, and he's 5 or 6 goals or whatever this season, we don't look at it. Okay, cool. I'm gonna watch the influence in games. I ain't been seeing that in any of the tournaments. Not when Portugal were balling out, even in that 4-1 win. I thought of that whole midfield attack quartet, he was the most quiet one. And people say, oh, he's playing a different role for Portugal. And I hear that. He's playing a deeper role.
He plays that role for City, Nate. You can't
which
try
was
that.
what I was going to come to.
That's where people said he reinvented himself.
So I'm not hearing this, Bruno's further forward. That's why he's getting the goals and assists. Bernardo, I've been told, influences from whatever position he plays. You was playing right centre mid, left centre mid. Can you influence, please? So today when Portugal went out, I loved the pans were panning to Ronaldo. Let's look at Bruno. Diaz has been dunked on. But, cute little Bernardo gets to go away. Cancelo, another one. These pet players outside the City system.
Are they getting overrated?
Outside! KDB.
Man said
uncomfortable conversations. And listen, I know Bruno's one of these universally liked players. So that's why I'm just using him as an example.
Hated players, you mean?
Most loved. Bernardo, sorry. Yeah, Bernardo is one of these loved players, so he never gets any criticism. But do you not feel like he's been underwhelmed in this tournament?
Came to the realization that your watch was fake. Damn.
Hey.
You nearly broke my heart. I really put your niggas really on them cars. Hey yo, listen, there was what you're saying is right, yeah. And for me, ultimate is when you're not the player that's like the big moments or gravitas things that it's easy to kind of. That's why when it's like Fernandes, it's kind of like you see it. But today there was a big moment that happened today, and I thought Silva bottled it. You know when it was the cutback on the edge of the box and thing.
Oh,
bro, you have to be there. You have to score. There's no excuse why that touch is behind you. That's a big moment in that game. You scored that. It's different. So even if we're talking away from general performance, you had a big moment today, and you didn't do what you needed to do. But you're right. I felt like you see players like that, where it's all like intricacies and everything. It's very easy to hide in tournament football.
I think obviously
it's easy to hide.
Before obviously, everyone's going to talk about the main man. I know everyone wants us to talk about Ronaldo and all that, but you're talking about Bernardo. I don't want another guy to go away with it. Ruben Neves.
Hey,
I'll say come off the bench a lot on that.
criminal.
Because I heard
He was drowning.
I heard when
Drowning.
I've heard when a team doesn't score, it's because the defensive midfielder ain't progressing play. That's all I be hearing. The DM, he ain't progressed play. Was Ruben Neves? I heard he's one of the best ball playing DMs in the centre mids in the Premier League. Progress play, please, mate. What were you doing today?
Tough day today.
Tough day.
Amrabat said,
You see.
Yeah.
Yeah. See, so you know when you have the exotic, nice name, the long hair, you know what I mean? People fancy you a little bit. All of a sudden, you can't do no wrong. Allow it, man. This is international football. Neves.
That wall's
No,
level.
I'm not really sure if you're that level, bro. I ain't really sure. You ain't really been moving me like that. I ain't gonna lie. Getting in and out. And the commentator, if anyone was watching on Fox Sports today, by the way, Ruben Neves. He was getting on my damn nerves. Ruben Neves. Oh, bro.
You know, man learn how to say the name with the accent.
Diego
They
Dalot.
They know it's probably like,
Bruno Fernandes.
Ruben Neves. Wait, no, shut up, man. But no, in general, I feel like their performance, like you said, they did try, but that's the sort of game where, compared to the Spain performance, you would expect that team to learn and be able to give more. Praise to Morocco for doing what they did, but
I didn't even spot the kicks. They're cold.
come on, man. Little set, come on, man. Little set,
slipped in with them, innit? I'm like, hey,
Usually he come in with assets and that. Yeah, these guys usually come in with assets. Show them your drip.
Chelsea,
Show us your drip. It's so
We get that
drippy.
new money now.
Drippy.
Don't worry, show your
Show your drip.
Hey, I love this.
Hey, this is the
I'll
greatest
tell
show in
you,
the
man.
world. Van Dijk! You thought we were getting
No. Go.
Ronaldo, sorry, I got a bit excited. Virgil. Virgil.
What's this guy? And then, you know when you were young, yeah, and your parents prematurely slap you, like, I ain't even finished the story yet. Let me finish the story.
Virgil.
God damn, man.
You can't wait to be Virgil.
Right, but nah, let's get into the main.
Ronaldo.
Let's get into the main event.
Cristiano.
The main event. We're talking
Sui.
about. This is reflection now. This is like reflection mode.
Yeah.
This is like the retirement before the announcement. Like we're talking about now, we can look back at his whole career in totality, and it feels like it's the end for me.
It is.
For me, it's the end. You know, like
He's going to play with
you're a free agent. You're benched for club and country. I mean, when the country thing happened, I thought that would never happen. Club, okay, cool, it happened. Big fuss, interview with peers, all this drama.
Yeah.
But then for your country, Cristiano, do you know what he represents for that country, bro?
He is that country.
He probably has the keys to the actual home nation, bro.
He is the country.
And for him to get benched in a quarterfinal, in a last 16, literally the manager said, play the group stage games. Oh, but when it gets serious, Ronaldo, I need you on the bench. And he told him, you are specifically on the bench for strategy reasons. Cristiano Ronaldo, for me, it's the end, bro. That's the end. I mean, Saudi, if you want to go Saudi or whatever, but
I'm sorry,
all this, like, I want to play for Champions League. I just can't see, personally, I can't see a top team saying, after seeing him bench for club and country, and only score a penalty in this World Cup, and let's be honest, was poor all tournament, say, yeah, I'm going to take Cristiano Ronaldo at 38 years old, 500k, whatever he is, and we're going to win a Champions League. Impossible for me, man.
I'm all for, like, you know, defying logic and prolonging and stuff, but I feel like there should be an element of grace, and you want to see, like, big names and legends go out in a way. And that's why, to a certain extent, it's not a related conversation, but I give credit to them ballers that retire early and become pundits. Like Micah, I respect it. There's no need for me to struggle. Let me go and do something and keep going in a different realm. You get me? What's happened here, like you said, being benched internationally, being benched for club, all of the sort of circus around it, your fan base basically weaponizing everything just to kind of hold on to something. Like they're probably picking battles with, probably picking battles with his international teammates just to hold on to something. It's not the way that someone of that magnitude should go out.
It shouldn't end that way.
The story
bro.
shouldn't end like that. And it shouldn't have got here.
We should be seeing, like, Ronaldo bow out in the highest level, at the highest moment. The same way we're probably going to see Messi bow. Messi after this World Cup, after PSG season, he's probably going to say, maybe Inter Miami, I'm out of here. I think your last memory of me was at least a World Cup semi where I balled. See ya. You know what I mean? And who knows the Champions League? But this shouldn't be the way. A free agency dropped by club and
terminated
country.
Contract, bro.
It shouldn't be this way, bro. We have watched this guy for 20 years, 15 years, 20 years. If you want to talk about from when he made his debut, 20 years, yeah? Dominate this game, bro. Beat 1 or 2, whatever you want to have it. And for it to end this way, bro, it's sad,
Just
man.
to chip on this quickly,
It's
bro.
sad.
Do you know what happened today? He became the record appearance
Of
maker
international football ever.
Yeah.
197 caps.
And 6 or 7.
96.
And we're not even in a place where we're talking about the magnitude of what that achievement is, because everything has just been so dull and sad. And it's
Do you know why that is, though? I think it's, if we look at it, it's what's made Cristiano Ronaldo great, and it's what's made him fall. It's his ego.
Yeah.
His ego is solely what has driven him to be the absolute best player and to maintain that standard and set an unrealistic standard. But it's also his ego that when he threw his toys out at Juve, you decided to come back to the bright lights of the Premier League because you thought single-handedly you could probably save Man United. And what that did there was, it's for the whole world to display. It showed your expiration, essentially. You expired in front of our eyes. When you came in, it was Viva Ronaldo. To 18 months later, Pierce. I can't believe it. It's still leaking. It's still leaking. I'm like, bro.
I don't know. I think he's a coach.
Literally.
Come on,
So
man.
In 18 months.
I think he's a
that's
coach.
What I'm saying. So your ego, for me, it's the classic Batman line. Live long enough to see yourself become the villain. And that's where he is now.
The Juve example is a great one for me, yeah. But if you think about the leaving of Madrid and how it was that.
Now, the Juve one is a
No, do you know what I'm saying?
Because Juve, Ronaldo's already becoming a little bit dying at Madrid. And Juve said, we're going to bet the house on him. 100 million, we're going to give you the fund, and we're going to build everything around you.
win
We're
the
going to get all
CL.
these little work pieces. And guess what? Forget the league. We've done that 10 years in a row. Just
won
get us
the
the
CL.
Champions League, bro.
Yeah.
3 years in a row. It fell apart. Rather than him saying, you know what, I'm going to see the project out. Humility, like I imagine Messi will see out his PSG contract. That's why you sign short-term deals, not 4 years. And then it blows up and you're like in the last year, you know, I can't bear to be here. I must go home. I must go home. United need me. You weren't even going to sign for United.
Gonna
You was going to sign for City.
But listen,
Ego.
I'm comfortable.
So,
But the reason why I
I
said
love
the
Ronaldo,
Madrid
but-
one is because ultimately, if you go into like away from the football and the whole sort of protect him and everything, as soon as he left, what happened?
Yeah.
Everything. And it's like your ego of sort of everything but being me. It's like, okay, cool. What? That's how you want to move? And if you follow his career, he's always had moments like that where it's because you put yourself first, you want to do all of this. Bro,
But the reason he left Real Madrid is because Perez didn't want to give him a pay rise.
That's what I'm saying.
He wanted a pay rise.
Yeah.
Perez is like, brother, you're in
I'm
your
not doing
30s.
that.
I'm not giving you a
And
pay
then what
rise.
happens?
And then that's how he ended up at Juve. And then Juve was like, I ain't winning shit here.
Yeah.
Let me
move
let
again.
me go, build my legacy again at United. And now at United, it's like, damn, I'm seeing bench. Well, I'm out of here. I want a Champions League club.
So it's throwing your toys
And it's
out at
like,
every
whoa.
opportunity. So it's like, I don't know, man. At some point, the buck is going to stop. And now we're seeing it stop. And it's sad to see for the greatness
want
that
to
we
see
see,
it.
What I always say is that, like, bro, at 38 years old, you shouldn't, at this age, you shouldn't even really be a story anymore. It should just be, if you're going to be still playing, maybe you're going to become but it's the fact that he's held himself to that standard that he's even a discussion at this age. He scored goals and stuff last season. That's credit to him. But at some moment it can hit you, bro, and you just got a father time.
Waits for no one.
Bro, remember when LeBron James went about 15 years without one injury, bro, and all of a sudden last 3 years the brother is injured all the time. It hits you, bro, from nowhere. And this is people that they call Iron Man, and we say all this stuff, he spends millions on his body and stuff, but it can hit you at any given moment. And it's sad. That's why I keep saying it's sad, because, bro, man know what Ronaldo has been to me in my football life, bro. I'm like, bro, from Man United to Real Madrid, I'm gassed about it. So to see all of this, bro, it's dead for me, bro. It's dead, and it's a shame. And obviously 5 World Cups.
No knockout goals.
Listen, start of the tournament, I gotta be consistent. I said, I did a whole FTBL code. I said, Messi, Ronaldo,
score.
I need some knockout round goals, because there's a good chance that you guys are gonna be the only GOATs who don't even win a World Cup. But no knockout round goals.
It's uncomfortable.
It's uncomfortable. It's not nice, bro. It's not pretty.
Have to say
It's not pretty.
The question I'll ask you is, do you think the way he's going out as a United fan, do you think it taints any of that legacy at all?
I don't think Ronaldo's legacy can be tainted. I don't think he can really be tainted. At Manchester United, his reputation is a little bit not gonna be as pretty look back on anymore. However, I don't think his legacy in football can be tainted. Listen, I'm telling you now, it takes one random comp maker on Twitter or whatever to just go through Ronaldo's career, do a little cute little slow music,
Man, like production.
and everyone is gonna be,
the wonderful Madeira.
yeah, from the streets of Madeira. You know,
I know you got some us. You couldn't pay me.
so it's just gonna take one person to do a long comp, and then everyone's gonna be like, do you know what? Ronaldo was a damn legend. He was an unbelievable player. Look at what he's done in the game. Because right now, it's cool, it's fun to diss Ronaldo, cuss him, and act like he was never ever close to Messi. Or it was. Why did we even debate this when they were winning? When they were winning Ballon d'Ors like this. Why did we even debate it? So it's gonna become a thing like that. But I'm telling you, as the tide settles, when the dust settles, you're going to start seeing people appreciate what he's given to the game.
Nah, I hear it, man.
And that's how it should be.
Have you got any super chats? Because I want to fly through the rest of these knockout games, and we need to do champs and duds. We've been... Listen, is it still at 1.5k in there? You, man, love you guys.
Yeah, man. Make sure you hit the likes, people.
Share, notifications on STTV. Keep sending the super chats. You're making it a good Christmas. Oh, my gosh.
Subscribe.
Family are going to Flemish on the house. Flemish for everyone.
Slur for the people.
Hey, let's see. We got any super chats in there?
Yeah, we got a few.
Let's go.
Stephen Butler goes, Morocco stole Portugal's powers like Space Jam. We got Jay Ashley Martin says El Nassiri has something like 3 goals in 9 months.
Brother, for Sevilla, he is one of the reasons they are stinking it up in the league.
Yeah. But Bono won best goalkeeper in the league last year, innit?
Goalkeeper, he's different.
It's a beautiful day.
Oba1 goes, Morocco reconquered the Iberian Peninsula. Now it's north of France that conquered their last colonizers.
We got it! Sounds like a versus capture.
Mark Goldbridge, not the real one, goes, Cams, France, prove your guy Pogba is so overrated.
What, France are doing it without Pogba, yeah? My guy. Yo, wait, where do you get me? Pogba ain't ever been my guy. He's being sarcastic. He's joking around. Yeah, hey. Uncomfortable conversations. We'll see how France end up. See if it was really him that was the main man that they tried to. Was it? Might have been Griezmann and Mbappe and Varane. Hey, don't let Varane get a second World Cup. By the way, it's gonna get uncomfortable in these GOAT conversations. But we talk again. We will talk soon.
And then the last one, which segues into
Romero.
the next
How's he getting on? Fraud. Anyway, let's go.
The next one that segues nicely into the next one is S goes, Virgil, calm down, Maze. You're gonna get some.
Calm down, bro. You're gonna get some, bro. Don't worry. Calm down. I love that, man.
Virgil van Dijk.
Donkey.
Virgil van Dijk. Football has been saved. Football's been saved.
It's good results. I'm sorry, Fuad.
Football's been saved.
What happened? What happened to this?
Oh yeah. Put this shit on.
Get your shit on.
I use it with the shit on.
Set me up.
Yes.
Put that shit on.
Oh my
that
gosh.
shit
Put
got
that
put
shit
on us, bro.
on.
I'm telling you.
Listen. Boy. Virgil.
Do you start Virgil?
No. All I want to start is
R.I.P.
you said
Virgil.
Yeah. Rest in peace to real Virgil.
Last time she told me you're proud of me, you wasn't proud of me. You was a nigga that of me. I was too mad at you. You didn't conclude you.
Oh my god.
That shit was a tragedy, imagine. Hey.
oh my
Where do you want to
gosh.
start?
Boy, I want to start with what Cam said before. He said, because of Liverpool fans, Virgil must not prosper. And they were ready because of that block that hits it. That smashed him.
That random block that hit
they
off his
were
face.
ready.
People were trying to claim like it was some miraculous
Chris
block.
Khan was
Brother,
probably
the bozo didn't know where
somersaulted.
the fuck he was going.
Chris Khan was probably somersaulting in his house. Hold that. What do you say about Kane? Bag your
pens. and before you guys go, do you know what fucking annoys me even more about this Virgil situation? This little arrogant schmuck, went up to Louis van Gaal before the game and is telling him, hey, if we go to penalties, boss, I know I ain't taken penalties before, but I'm the first one. As in, he wants to set the tone, set the tempo.
Wait, do you know who that reminded me of? I told Cam. Ron Vlaar in 2014.
Bro, this is what I'm telling you, because any Holland fan who was in the crowd, immediately when Virgil stepped up, I was like, we're fucked.
He slammed one against Kepa. He slammed one against Kepa.
I've seen Yapstam. I've seen Frank de Boer. I've seen Ron Vlaar. I've seen Khalid Boularus. Dutch defenders have this thing of where they think, because they got a nice little first touch, and because they can pass it out at the Ajax Academy, that they can take penalties. Brother, there's levels and brackets. You man are not built for this. So when he stepped up and missed that, that's on you now. Hey. Nobody forced you and put you in that situation. And I always say the first penalty take is the most important. It
first
sets
and third for me.
the tone, bruv. First and third, you're right, yeah. It sets the tone, because the third is kind of that midway point where you can swing it back.
Is this camera on me? Virgil, this isn't Celtic where you were taking free kicks. No. This is World Cup.
I think you lot are being a bit harsh on
No.
my.
Let me tell you why. Let me tell you why. Let me tell you why as well, yeah. Let me tell you why, yeah. This year, you know like the last Airbender and that. This was the last Virgil van,
bro.
The last one, and you went on like this. He killed the brand.
I hate to be the guy, you know. I mean, listen, I'm the one that set the standard that Van Dijk must not win this competition. But I hate to be the guy that has to be the voice of reason here. I gotta be the voice of reason. Listen, I like his mentality.
Don't do that.
I like his mentality. Listen, there's two things he did. He knocked that Donny down when he booted it at the...
Paredes?
I like his mentality. And to take the penalty, he's the captain. He wants to take it. Listen, now centre-back taking it first, I'm not really with. That definitely concerns me. You know what I mean? But
take your pen.
The mentality, I like the mentality.
Second, third, take your pen.
I've seen England throw a penalty. I've seen teams go penalty. The best player doesn't want to take a pen. Neymar, where were you yesterday?
Boy,
Van Dijk, he said, I'm going to
wait for 50.
Yeah,
for the glory and the
there.
shine.
Yeah, and Van Dijk said, listen, I like his mentality.
I respect it if you want to step up and be one of the five. But to say you want to be the first, for me, I hope you've been practicing your 1,000 hours. I hope you've been doing your 1,000 hours practice. Because otherwise, that's what you get. Where in his right mind did he get... Where did he buy the balls to think he could take the first pen in a World Cup quarter-final?
Can I just say, that's never what I'm getting.
Emi Martinez is what we're not taking into account as well. Because I'm looking at that as well, and I'm like, nah, Virgil, we got to be joking here. Maybe he's giving a team talk here.
I said, what?
I'm like, brother, as much as we can say I like the mentality, I would like some execution as well. And I didn't get that.
Yeah.
Listen, that's never what I'm getting onto.
Your hands. And do you know what the worst thing is? It's because you chickened out of last year's tournament as well. Yeah, you came back 2 months before the tournament. You was fit for it, but you wanted to use Liverpool as an excuse and say, I want to be ready for my season. Next year World Cup, I'll be ready. I'll be there. You was not there because all throughout the tournament as well, he was being coddled and covered by Timber and Aki.
Speak on it.
Miles and above looked like the A centre backs.
Speak on it.
Meanwhile, this guy was, like Harry Maguire. We say, hey, he's protected in his back three. That's what Van Dijk was in that three. Liverpool fans will kill me and say, hey, you're being too harsh. No. When you step up and take accountability and you don't execute, this is what happens, bro. I'm sorry. And your performances did not match. When you're meant to be the A-grade centre-back, Van Basten said it. So many of the legends have come out and said, Van Dijk never seems to take games by the scruff of the neck. Every time he seems to be the one getting dragged out of position. Even for that first goal, you could say it was Aki who was ball watching. Van Dijk is ball watching as well.
Jockey,
brother. Every time is this lack of engagement, this lack of
Frankie Dettori hype.
I'm just like, I'm so sick of this guy, bro. And now it's like on the world stage, you fluff your lines, and I'm meant to just be like, hey man, we all miss penalties, guys. That's why I want him out of here. Hey, because man, fuck off, bruv. Hand the armband over and retire, please. We got the lick there. We got Aki there. We got Timber there. He's 30. We don't need you here at 34. Fuck off. You had your one and done. Safe. You had your 2 years in the Premier League. Well done. Now enjoy it. Van Dijk
tried to change defending.
He's sweating under that hat, bro.
And it really pissed me off because when I see Morocco how they defended, that's football. Challenges.
You see size,
tackles.
You see Lovren.
That's football.
Real men.
This jockeying stuff and
Size.
Oh, yeah.
Lovren.
That's
Lovren.
engaged. Yeah.
Real men.
That's real defending.
Listen, he might not be elite. We can say that.
Listen,
Can't question his heart.
you know me. The technical ability thing, I leave that one to you. But when it comes to this defending thing, me and Fuad, that's defending.
I don't know, real man.
This. No, we're talking about defending. This jockeying thing, it's gone on for too long. I'm sorry. This is a contact sport. Engage. And he tried. I told, what did Drake say? We're not in Kansas anymore. We're not in Celtic. You got away for too long.
This guy's got too many lines, man.
You're not escaping. See, life caught up with you. Anyway, you man.
What I will say though is, do you want to go?
Yeah, I mean, obviously Van Dijk missed the pen.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It was 2-2.
I will say, you want to talk on the game?
Yeah,
Yeah,
bro.
let's talk
I
on the
mean,
game.
Okay, let's move on from Van Dijk.
yeah.
Because
yeah, I
wanna
mean,
talk on the game.
he
Yeah.
missed the pen. You know what I mean? It happens.
He has blood on his hands. But you know who else has blood on his hands? And I love him.
It's LVG,
Everyone's
mate.
favorite uncle, LVG. You fucking stunk that one up, bro. And you stunk up the midfield all tournament from the
For no reason.
Randomly starting now his first game in the tournament. Where's Berghuis gone? Where's Koopmeiners gone? All these guys who you were playing in and out for the last 6
Bergwijn
to 8
started,
months.
right?
No, Berghuis came on.
No,
Bergwijn started.
Bergwijn started
Yeah,
as
why?
well. Again, like,
Why?
and for me, it was
Why?
like Gakpo gave you his best goals in a number 9 position. For club level, he plays left wing. Where did this number fucking 10 idea come from? The guy is not a number 10. I think we saw in one of the group stages, he tried to play him as a 10, and I was like,
first game.
smelling.
And then he
Let-
moved
let's-
9 and he
Yeah.
scored.
and I was like, nah, this shit ain't
Smelling.
working. As soon
No.
as he moved him 9, that's
Goal.
where it works. You fumbled the midfield, you fumbled that attack. And for me, the fact that you were trying to mishmash, trying to figure that out, completely left us devoid of ideas for 80 minutes in the game.
And then you
We
stumbled.
had one shot, none on target
And then-
for 80 minutes.
and then
Not Barcelona, Argentina just looked so comfortable. So I'm like, what the hell? And as
And
you
then
said,
you stumble.
he goes for the Sean Dyche
You
plan.
stumble.
He goes for the Sean Dyche
That's,
plan. Let's be
that's
honest.
that Man United 14-15 play.
This is LVG we're talking about, Mr. Total Football, Mr. Ajax of the
You
90s,
stumble.
Mr. Barcelona Tika
Said
Taka.
Weghorst
I'm
hype.
like, yo, Wout Weghorst, Route 1 is what we're going for. And listen, I was grateful, the euphoria is great and everything, but that is not how you for Argentina team that I thought were there for the taking as well. LVG, that's on
Do you remember? That's not how you play the game.
bro. So for me, I think the 90 or 120 minutes or whatever, LVG, blood on your hands.
Oh my God.
That penalty shootout, ponytail.
But see, but the thing is, I think it's I think it's more on LVG because, especially that you got your 2 goals from him going this long Route 1 football, whatever. But you mentioned,
Do you know-
I think bringing in Bergwijn was a mistake. I don't understand. I think he might have done that after Memphis's comments as well. When Memphis was like, "I prefer to play up front with Bergwijn." I wonder if that had any kind of influence on what he wanted to do. But Gakpo was scoring goals in the 9. Gakpo for me does not strike me in any way as a number 10. He hasn't got the touch for it, in my opinion. He hasn't got the vision. He hasn't got the. He's not really much of a dribbler like that to play them inside part. He hasn't got the cuteness like that. For me, just a guy that can score goals, get in the good position, score goals, got the ability to do that, right foot, left foot. But in terms of trying to be in this cute number 10 role, it looked embarrassing, to be honest. You know what I'm saying? The only thing that he was doing decent was putting in good crosses from set pieces and stuff. He got a good delivery. But you mentioned the whole total football kind of thing, and I was saying it to Liaz yesterday on Final Whistle. I don't get where this, RIP Cruyff, but in my whole life, I've never seen Dutch team play good football.
Bro,
you guys seem to have this myth where you lot are a good footballing nation that play this way, and then people always say the same 3 names. Yeah, remember when they had Van Persie, Robben and Schneider? Yeah, we remember
Please
that,
tell
mate.
them.
But I haven't seen you guys, I didn't see them play good football either.
Bro.
Euro 2008 was cute, whatever. And who was it that crashed out? Arshavin.
Yeah.
Yeah, he sent you guys packing. And then you guys, and I look at what you,
alright.
Yeah, I look at what you guys. No, let's give it back.
Chill on me.
Let's give it back because France get a rap for not playing the greatest football. England do, Portugal do, Italy do, all these nations. But Holland seem to sit in this bracket where it's like that they're there with Brazil and then
No
they're there
World Cups.
with. Bro,
1 euro.
You guys as a nation are fraudulent, bro. So I don't get where this. Yes, okay, again, Cruyff, nice, but the Dutch in my whole life have never played good football. So this whole we have this identity and it's the Dutch way. Maybe because the Ajax Academy do it and the La Masia do it, and that was birthed through Johan Cruyff. I ain't seen the actual. I'm used to Von Vla, Johnny Heitinga, Nigel de Jong, Van Bommel. That's the Dutch team I'm familiar with.
Yeah.
No,
So
he's
I don't get
schooling.
it, bro.
Bro,
It's
you're
a-
spitting
it's an
facts.
urban myth.
And I said that to Liaz this morning as well in the GC. I said to him, bro, for over 12 years, I ain't seen no pretty football. He was like, you lot got to get back to your roots. I'm like, what's our roots?
What's the roots? Yeah,
because you know, I'll be honest, you know that total football whole shit. Do you know what it sounds like to me? It's the same shit when Spurs fans say to me, yo, we need to go back to the Tottenham way. Like, the fuck is y'all talking about?
The Tottenham way is,
the fuck are we
it was
talking
a
about
bit of
here?
Gaza on a free kick against
but
Arsenal.
this is what I'm saying. It's almost like a feeling of just joy. The fans are having a good time. We're playing good football, but are we actually ever going to fucking win? Are we actually ever going to win? And I'll say one thing. Over the last 12 years, that's why I haven't really minded the De Jongs and all of that coming in. I've said, I think we need a bit of that in tournament football. I've said, what? Frankie, listen.
Didn't move me.
You could say that. I think when you look at all the pieces around him, you ain't gonna get moved, bruv. Like I'm sorry, when you're playing next to Martin de Roon, and you've got Gakpo looking like Bambi in front of you. Come on, man. We need footballers to work with.
Have you got any super chats? I think there's one about Gakpo in there. Actually.
He was looking like Dele Alli, bruv.
Let's go. We actually have so many more games.
You're spitting there. We ain't played total football. We're not that total football team.
Is it urban myth?
I don't mind. No, because the thing is, it's something that stems from the 60s and 70s.
That's what I'm saying. Is it urban myth?
Era.
Like it's not a.
It's a back in the day thing, and I think Louis van Gaal's Ajax 90s kept it ticking over for a little bit, especially because Holland won the Euros in '88. So shortly after, and they're like, "Hey, that total football thing, it still exists." I think the fact that Barca and them have taken it to another level, it's still in the air type of. But Holland themselves are never going to be the ones to execute it. That's my thing. You will never have the players, and it's always been previously the defenses have been missing. Now you don't even have the midfield for it. And even when you do have the Now Langs, the Xavi Simmons, he's not using them. So it's like LVG, brother. And you're meant to be one of the philosophers and pioneers of this whole football. We listen, man, I wish you all the best of your health.
Super chats. Manscaped 20% off.
Like, share, subscribe.
Notifications.
Subscribe. Like, share. Notifications.
Algorithm.
Hey, trust me, come.
Dentro. What else
He goes, Diallo says PSA, put some respect on Monsieur Olivier Giroud. Just Waffling goes, thoughts on Cody Gakpo, hyped a bit too early. Does anyone want to say?
I think with Gakpo, he's linked to good clubs. Let's get it right. He's linked to Man United. He's not linked to he got a little link, random one for Real Madrid when he scored 2 goals in the World Cup, but they do that all the time. He's not linked to the best top clubs in the world. Man United are not the best team in the world, and he's linked at a price of 40 million. 50 million. So I wouldn't really say he's like overhyped or anything like that. He's not getting linked with £100 million move. You know what I'm trying to say? Just a £40 million signing, £50 million signing to Man United. I don't really think it's that much hype. But
have you got any more?
Yeah, we got a few more. Felipe goes, Neymar not winning it has saved football. Neymar's everything wrong with this football generation. Respect Salah for being that amazing next to Henderson.
Fuck hell, man. Man, I have to
you know what?
I was hearing him till he threw the Salah profit.
Let's quickly address the Brazil one quickly. We'll use that as a perfect segue. We've got
set man that really turned it on against the Netherlands. And that was Messi, bruv.
Thank you.
Yeah. You can't go over Messi. Just quick, obviously.
It's the time. Let's go. Yeah.
How long we been podding for?
Nearly for a while. Still.
We've been podding for a long time, yeah. Alright, damn, and they're still here. They're still locked in. FTBL, run it! They're still in there. They're still inside. You got to end the radio. You know when the DJ says, "Oh, you know what? We got extra 30 minutes." Boom, boom, boom. You know what I mean? And then that's when you start hearing a bit more bashment than that. Love it, man. You know what I'm saying?
Tell FTBL next renewal.
What 10 minutes on right now? Lower the tempo, innit?
FTBL next renewal. We need 10
just a little bit of jar, a little bit of genuine in that. You know what I'm saying?
Do I do?
Nah, you gotta give respect to make that pass.
Insane.
That pass, ridiculous pass, bro. Do you know what I'm trying to say? That pass.
See it.
That's what I'm saying.
That's insane.
I was like, where the fuck did he find that?
If you're playing Score Hero, you would never pick that option.
Bro, if I was playing FIFA, I wouldn't see that pass.
No, but you know Score Hero, it tells you where to go. You wouldn't see that option. You can't. It's not in frame.
I think that might be Messi's greatest ever assist.
You reckon?
I think it's
greatest ever assist.
Yeah, I think it's up there.
I need to say.
I'll be real with you. His catalogue of assists are so
it's
crazy.
too insane.
What I will say is Messi is acting out of character in this tournament. I don't know what's up with him
because it's personal. It's personal.
That shit that I was seeing after the game with the ears up, and I know I'm meant to be like angry and I fucking loved it.
Yeah.
When the Argentina bench last second, I said, you know what?
the penalties.
Them ones you just gotta hold it.
what-
You just
you know what
have
they're
to hold
saying?
it, bro. But I love that. That's that dog.
No, but the Holland's team were
You gotta
heckling.
tap in.
The Dutch team were following Argentina players
Rightly so.
and heckling. Well, as you
Listen,
should do.
The
but-
game is the game.
Exactly.
This is what we do.
So it's give and
You
take.
give and take. So for
Paredes
me,
when he kicked the ball into
the
the
thing is, with Messi, it's always, you know, usually when he gets it, he's always the nice, quiet boy who go and cuss me. I'll let my football do the talking. The fact that he let the football do the talking and
And did it.
afterwards was looking for Van Gaal on the bench. Come.
Yeah.
Weghorst wants to say thank you.
Yeah.
Shut up,
up,
dummy.
fool.
Get back in your dressing room. Don't talk to me.
Listen.
And it's like, do you know what it is? I like that Messi has always been better than everybody on the pitch. But now he's
You have to
talking
reinforce
to
it.
them.
You have to reinforce it.
Like
But
you're
bro,
beneath me.
listen.
Yes, Messi, talk to them like that.
Before-
if Messi does this, embrace his villain arc. I'm
Listen,
on board.
before
Villain Messi,
Listen,
I'm on board with
we
villain
said
Messi.
it. Me and production were saying when we were giving our predictions, and we said Argentina. We said that this team is dogged. There's a real dog in them. But we also said for Messi, this is personal. You think this guy didn't hear everything about the knockout goals? You think he didn't know that ultimately, either me or Cristiano are gonna take it L. It can't be me. You think he didn't know? Oh, I may have to face Neymar again, and think he's. You think he doesn't know the whole Mbappe? He knows this is so personal. He knows that ultimately it's legacy defining in so many ways.
Yeah.
So for him, it's like, listen, whether you help me or not, I have to fucking do this,
Bro.
Like it's on me.
Better deliver though.
Right, he knows this is. He knows it's the last ride. You know what
Yeah,
I'm
he
saying?
knows. So that's why that's why for me, I understand why he bugged out of us. Because think about it, we're winning 2-0. This guy, I don't even know what team he plays on, comes and tries to jeopardize everything. Are you sick in the head or what?
But
and you want to come and say, GG like it's FIFA? Fuck off. Don't come and say good game.
Hey, listen.
Don't try. I understand.
All
it,
I'm
man.
saying is if Messi doesn't win this,
Oh my gosh.
No, but you know what Messi's doing though?
I will be there.
Messi's been unreal.
No matter what.
He's been unreal. He's unlucky that Mbappe went through because it's still going to be a shootout before the player tournament. Modric might get back to back as well. However, you look at what you were saying. You know, you're happy that Messi's embracing that. You know what Messi's doing right now? What Messi's doing is he's doing. You know when it was school, you were in school, and you had that year 11. It was year 11, and then you look and you know it's coming to the end of the year. I'm not coming back to this school. That year 11 tries one little fun little game. That's what Messi's trying to do. You know what I mean? I'm about to retire. Let me quickly try to punch someone up, and I'm gonna be out of here because they can't get me down. I know what you're doing, Messi. I've seen this all my life.
I respect
You know what I mean?
it.
I've seen what you're
all my
doing.
life.
It's the
I've
same.
seen it.
Let's go with Brazil because we've literally got about 10 minutes left. Neymar nearly had his moment. The performance wasn't good.
Stinker.
It was not great.
It was a
He
meh.
got the goal, which was a
Yeah.
good goal. But I feel like in so many ways, this game was the epitome of his career. It's like
Sums it up.
it's good, but it's not quite Carlin. It's not real talk. It's not, and I feel sorry for him because ultimately it's like he came out and said he doesn't know if he's going to come back and everything. It was what an unfortunate way to go out. What an unfortunate, sad way for it to end.
You know what? One thing that I feel sorry for him for me, I mentioned it to Liaz again yesterday on Final Whistle, but we were talking about it, and I was like, look, Neymar. I'm not going to go into his whole career, but because we ain't got enough time. But even in this tournament was meant to feel like the Zidane of 2006. This was meant to feel like R9 of 90 of not even 98 and 2002 when he was delivering. It felt like it was meant to be that tournament for him, but then in typical Neymar fashion, injured, comes, scores a penalty, poor performance in my opinion versus Croatia, and then scores and then goes out, ends with tears. It's just typical Neymar. And like, again, remember when I was like, it's crazy that Messi went all the way, they all built this narrative that Neymar left to go to PSG because he wants to get out of Messi's shadow. Then Messi came all the way to PSG and still won a Ballon d'Or in his face. Yeah, I was like, this is crazy. And it's the same thing again, like Messi's rising and you again, and everyone wants to throw this third best player of the generation, maybe by talent, but has he really proved to be the third best player of the generation? I do not think so, personally.
What is he now? 30 as well.
He's now 30 and it
end.
ends in tears again. And I feel sorry for him though, in the sense that you score with 6, 7, 8 minutes to go. I'm seeing 7 to 8 Brazilian players in the attacking half. What are you doing, please? And I heard that he said What is going
What's
on?
going
Why
on there?
would you guys? We went 1-0 and you guys are doing this with on the 115th minute or whatever it was. Bizarre from Brazil. Tite, he had a howler with his lineup anyway.
He stepped down.
So you can't exactly. You're doing this and then you're out. Yeah, I'm
he
trying to say.
stepped
So it's crazy. But
see the-
Brazil,
do you
they
see the
flattered to
Modric?
deceive, man.
Do you see the Modric
That's
thing?
where I want to go next.
Did you see the Modric?
Luka Modric.
You know what? I wanna
They
put it
said
out there.
Neymar opposite him, out. De Bruyne opposite him,
Bounced.
out.
Bounced.
These are the kings of this current generation, right? At
Bounced.
37, I'm taking their heads. Do you remember the ring of death that he did through the Champions League last year? PSG, Chelsea, Liverpool, all of your boss midfielders that you call come outside. When are we gonna start saying Luka Modric is the greatest midfielder?
Whether you like it or not, you have to have the conversation.
It's not for me. Zidane was always going to be the GOAT for me.
course.
Yeah.
However,
Whether you like it or not, you have to have the
But if
conversation.
Modric takes Croatia, if Modric gets Messi's head on a spike in the semis, wallahi, you're all.
Bro,
in
I
huge
said,
trouble.
look, you got to
You're
look
in
at
huge
you
trouble.
look at Modric.
Zidane is even in huge trouble.
Yeah.
Back-to-back finals with Croatia.
4 million people.
Back-to-back
4 million people.
4 million people
That'd
there.
be crazy.
4 million people.
There's more people in Paris.
4 million people.
Nah, I respect it. I said, you look at Modric. He's
Bro,
got
do
for
you
me.
know-
He's got the
Club,
everyone compares to
consistency, longevity, Champions Leagues,
Performances.
impact, and fingerprints all over
big games.
within
Yeah.
these successes.
On big games.
Big games, clutch moments.
And he was at Spurs.
You know,
Like
I-
you
he
could
was at
say the
Spurs.
eye test, maybe passes the eye
Everything.
test, right foot, left foot.
He's got the dribbling ability. He's got the dribbling.
Dog.
He's got the dribbling
doesn't
ability.
he have?
He's got the dribbling ability of Iniesta and the control of Xavi, bro. He controls games like Xavi, and when he wants to dribble through the midfield like Iniesta used to, he was like he's like both of them put together. And defensively, he actually very much contributes.
Bro, he
he's
had
an
one of the highest tackles.
ultimate footballer. For me, Zidane will always be the GOAT. But Modric, when people are acting like Iniesta and Xavi are on another level, listen, they're not,
Bro.
They're not. He's sitting
All I'm
well
saying
within
is
that.
he's
He
my
might be
champ.
the best.
He's my champ of the week for sure. And for me, I've said it earlier in the year. I said for me, he's now taken my number one position.
And one thing I would say for him, big him up as well massively, is that I just saw a video come out where he was talking to the goalkeeper and he was bigging up the goal. He was basically saying to the goalkeeper, like, bro, the thing about you is that you're afraid to make mistakes. Everyone makes a mistake. When you make a mistake, you get to like in your shell. Everyone makes it. Tell me one person in this world who doesn't make mistakes. It's okay. You know what I mean? You just can't be afraid to make them. Rise up. Leader, bro. He was sitting with him
Saved
randomly
2
in
pens,
some
right?
corner.
He saved 2
I'm
pens,
like,
right?
he's a
Bro,
boss,
and that
man.
keeper
He's a
as well.
boss.
He saved 2 pens.
Secured it. I tweeted out. I said he secured himself a presidency run in 2040. You know that's what all these Eastern Bloc man do, bro.
Well, like the
Shevchenko,
Klitschko's. Like the Klitschko's.
Novakovic 2040 is coming. I'm telling you. Them saves, Croatia will forever remember this.
Yeah.
man.
But let's get to champs and duds, man. It's a
Is that
long
all the
stream.
ties?
Huh?
I feel like we missed one.
No, we didn't.
No.
All right, cool.
games.
Champs and nods, you're going Modric.
Modric, my champ.
Champ, who you going for champ?
Yeah.
Champ, I'm gonna
Duds.
go with Morocco, of course. You know what I mean, for what they done. So I've got to go Morocco.
Man was Morocco as well. Like,
You know what I'm trying to say?
first African team. Like, when will we see it? We've seen it now. Duds. Ooh, there's a lot. There's a lot.
Duds.
There's a lot.
I gotta go
Brazil, Portugal.
Harry Kane over the bar.
Hey.
That's too far, man. I
Virgil
can't-
van Disney.
Man, a man did Johnny Wilkinson try conversion, you know.
I
That's
need to hear
insane.
what was the quotes. What has come out after this game, bro? I ain't even seen it. I've been
Sometimes the guy live
I'm
straight
sorry,
after.
man.
You don't see the reactions.
bro.
Listen,
Exactly. That's
I'm
exactly what I
telling
want to
you
say.
now.
I want to see Harry Kane say,
Bro, I
never
telling
met
you
a
now.
man.
I'm
You.
sorry. You
Remember
how
I
is it?
said it. He will need therapy
Your
after
Honor, I'm
this.
sorry.
For the things I've done. I said, and I try to move on.
Big up my guy, man.
Nah.
Come back to the lane, bro. We'll look after you.
Duds.
Of course you will, because you guys harbour and love
hey,
losers.
Hey.
That's why you guys harbour. You guys gonna go back
look how
and do
angry.
Harry
Look how
Kane.
angry.
Harry Kane.
This is why the
He's
English
one of
don't
our
never
own.
win.
What was the
This is why
song that they
English don't
sang
never
for
win.
Saka,
Yeah?
Rashford, and Sancho? You let our country down. You let our country down. You let our country down. You let
They
our
still did,
country
though.
down. Harry
They
Kane,
still
huh?
did.
Yeah, so did Harry Kane.
I know.
Yeah.
Those games that they did as well.
Do you reckon that?
They're gonna rewrite history. It's gonna be mental. It's gonna be mental health and protect men's mental health.
Do you know-
Like,
do you know-
I'm telling
Hey,
you.
do you know what would make me
mental
laugh?
health campaigns, man. Listen,
Greece-
you lot say it's bullying until it's bullying.
Imagine
innit?
if Griezmann just put his head, he went. Imagine if Griezmann just went into change and went, Harry Kane!
I was waiting for that. I said, yeah, if Griezmann scores, he should do that. Just run past it.
Harry Kane.
That's right. We got a Nando's waiting for us.
Hey, listen,
yo.
I can't lie. You lot, there was over 1.5 for most of that. Listen, we proper appreciate you. Like, share, subscribe. We have another midweek episode coming. England are coming home, but we are still doing Qatar from afar. We are still here. We're still in the World Cup.
Subscribe. It's
Listen,
important.
honestly, notifications on. These things mean so much.
Comment.
Redeem your Manscaped 20% off. It means a lot. Listen, Christmas is going to be good this year. Let's make sure that next year is great as well. Send them in. FTBL. I can't lie. The renewal next year, it's going to be toasty. But anyway, listen, we're out. That's another episode.
Big up.
Peace.
Oh, but I thought,
Hey.
I'm so tired.
Bruv.
Hey,
My head is
Tion
hot,
Wayne
lad.
Is a G for that, you know.
What?
Tion Wayne is a G.
I don't even know what you're talking about.
We're still on.
Are we still on?
Yeah.
Tion Wayne.